NPC.
Did you test the mics? Are we starting? What's happening? Start us in. Start you out.
Fucking people.
You're a people too.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, fuck
You're
that.
made of people meat. You have people thoughts. You're a people.
I have thoughts.
Well, sad ones, but they're in there.
Oh, well, fucking weirdos.
Why don't you just slam your phone on the ground?
I was like, let's start this shit.
Welcome back to the 50-something...
Eighth.
The 58th NPC Mates something. What is this? What is the actual name? Just NPC Mates podcast?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to that. We've done 57. This is 58. I'm a host, Melissa, and to my right is a husband named Kane.
A husband.
Hello.
Yes, he is one of three in the room, not mine. Over in Kane's general direction is a relative. Yep. Named Aaron.
That is my name.
Yes,
Good
good.
start.
And we have a non-people here today with no people, meat, or thoughts. Martin.
You know, if anyone was listening to this for the first time, they have no fucking idea what's going on.
I possibly have undiagnosed ADHD. We'll touch more on that later. We are here to see how everyone's been.
Stop.
No?
Hey, we are here to
We're going to wait here
review
until
Tenet.
everyone that listens tells us how they are.
Are we reviewing the movie like straight out? Or are we saying howdy doody?
We're going to do a
It's up to
catch
you.
up.
Let's do,
I don't
and
remember
I'm
either the
fucking,
movie or what
I'm
I did.
timing it.
Or
All
who
right,
you are.
we have 10 minutes to cover what everyone's been up to.
10 minutes?
Starting with Martin. Go. What you been doing, girl? You just don't like it when I run things.
Wait, you're running things? I'm out.
Well, I'm talking a lot. Wow, okay, so I guess me and Kane will just... Well, Kane doesn't really listen to me either, so... Alright, well,
It's not your
Martin
fault.
has not done anything,
Not your fault. You're born female.
or probably wants to be asked by male. We'll ask Aaron. Aaron, what things did you do?
I went to work a few days out of the week. Most of the days out of the week. When I got my blood taken, that was an ordeal.
Like, but for a doctor or just out in the street?
No, it was a
just
vampire.
taken?
Just
Oh,
taking
yeah.
blood. No. He wasn't really supernatural. They're real.
Why?
Yeah, like, is that it?
No. It was just a blood test.
Is
I
it
went,
contagious?
Went to have blood taken, and I waited there for the 10 or 15 minutes till they called me up. They didn't have the little tubes. She sat me down and she's like, oh yeah, we don't have this one. We can do everything else. I'm like, I've been fasting for 12 hours. I just want to get, like, I've got like 45 minutes before I go past the 12-hour window. Like, I need to do this. She's like, oh, we can go to another site. I'm like, drove to another place. And then I sat down and she didn't know what half the coloured tubes needed to be for what I was getting tested for. So she sat there on her phone. I'm like, oh, I'm confident. She's going to work out real well. Anyway, she eventually took a whole bunch of blood in different coloured tubes. Apparently, she had all the tubes she needed. I drove away. About 15 minutes later, she rang me. She's like, oh, actually, I do need one more green tube. I'm like, all right. I returned. So now I have both arms jabbed. And I can't lift anything heavy with both arms for the rest of the day.
God.
It was good fun. It was good fun. That was an ordeal. That was yesterday. It was like all of yesterday.
The whole day.
No, I was like an hour and a half of my day gone.
I don't think I've ever had any, like, people taking blood and have so many problems.
Oh god,
Just go in,
She's
get
totally
it,
inept.
like they may jab at it a couple of times and get it that wrong, but that's about it.
Nah, they love my veins. They're like literally just like, oh, that's a good one, and they're just like straight in, and the blood's like, whoosh, like a torrent.
I remember telling them that I have
You got such
anxiety.
high blood pressure, it just blows up the vial.
No. I remember telling them that I have anxiety, and I'm like, look, as if I don't see the needle or the blood, I'm fine.
I love
like,
watching it.
and she's like, okay, no worries. So she's taking my blood, and she goes, yeah, perfect. And then I think her phone rang or something, and she's like, sorry, that's rude. Hang on a minute. And she just puts the blood and the needle in front of me on the little tray. And I'm like, what's the... Oh, no. And she goes, oh, you look pale. Are you all right, dear? And I'm like, oh, my God. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. And, like, takes all my blood away. And then I was like...
just the sight of the blood made you pale.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's weird. Like, if I'm digging a hole in the bottom of my foot, it's fine. Blood, guts, whatever. Right? But if someone takes
That's
my
a
blood...
deep hole in your foot.
If
You're seeing
guts is coming out of your foot,
You've dug too deep.
you've definitely dug too deep.
Is your stomach not connected to the sole of your foot?
Ah, wow. At some point, up through the sole,
Maybe my
You get
parents...
your torso.
You're removing bones at that point.
Look, I don't know if my parents are cousins. We'll talk about it later.
what?
My organs are in the wrong areas. Well,
Very wrong.
actually, we have to have bloods in that, don't we? We have to have a shitload of bloods.
Yeah, falling apart.
Tell us about your place. We'll go there. They sound great.
Yeah, fucking great. The first place, I've had her before. She's pretty good, but didn't have what she needed to do the job. Second place, I could not highly recommend avoiding more. She had what she needed to do the job, but not the skills or the knowledge.
She sounded more like a one for the hospital, one for me kind of a nurse.
Fucking hell. Oh, God.
That's what I gotta try and get again. Another blood vial.
Don't.
Why? I like having one.
If you
Just
get
in
a blood
case.
vial, give it to me. Because then we can be like, was it like Marilyn Manson and someone who exchanged blood? No, wait. Whoever Angelina Jolie dated? You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
I'm concerned. All right, hang on.
It's not weird to exchange blood, is it?
Celebrities wearing blood.
Oh.
What was that
Vial.
movie where they kept a piece of shit in a vial and he
What?
wore it around his neck?
I have no idea.
I swear
I feel
you know.
like that's something I would remember.
I don't understand why you don't. You remember everything.
Wait, why does that feel familiar to me?
It's in a movie.
Wait. No, wait.
Is it?
He
Definitely.
keeps something in a little... It's not... Like,
It's
it's an
shit.
organ, isn't it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He went into the toilet after someone famous.
Oh my god, yeah!
Oh, wait, that
Wait!
sounds familiar.
What is it?
And
He's like a
scooped it up and
turd
kept it.
from someone. Is it like... Is it fucking Dude, Where's My Car or something dumb like that?
I can't remember. Yeah,
I'll-
it's a comedy.
I'll find it.
Like,
but,
I hope.
It was Billy Bob Thornton when he was married or dating to Angelina Jolie. They used to wear each other's blood. Yeah. Now I've got to look up the poop. That's movie poop in
Necklace.
necklace. I can almost picture it in my mind,
Yeah.
but not quite. No, why can't I fucking find it?
It would be hard. Like, I don't know.
Just finding people selling poop necklaces.
Really.
Sort of, yeah.
In a vial or just made of actual shit?
I don't know, actually.
A necklace made out of shit.
Oh my god, I'm actually getting angry. Wait, Billy Madison. Hang on a minute.
I wonder why I don't remember it. I don't care for Billy Madison.
No, that doesn't sound
Yeah,
right.
that doesn't sound right at all. I'm pretty sure it's
No,
older than
that's
that.
not it. Oh my
I
god.
feel like it's older than that.
I'm trying to remember what actor it is, because I can almost hear him, like, telling the story. Fuck.
Who is it?
Alright,
My aunt?
my aunt.
My aunt.
My aunt for orts. My aunt doesn't like me today.
It really doesn't.
If people are wondering, his mic is on.
I think he's drawing. Am I a French girl, Martin? Oh.
Wow. You're an app.
Okay.
It would have been so great if you had a picture from like the Titanic where he's like drew the shit. He's like,
Just let it go.
Alright, whatever.
So I'm sure someone will write in.
gang.
What the fuck's that?
Look, can someone just help me work out what this movie is with the poop?
We'll pause the podcast for an hour.
I'm actually stressed.
Look, just show me every comedy before 90, and I'll be able to find it. I just need to see. If I've seen it before, I just need to see what the movie, like a picture of the movie, and I'll remember.
Who is it? It's definitely one of the big comedians, I feel like.
I don't know. I don't feel that. I feel like it's one of those secondary weird people.
Yeah.
No, I mean as in like a movie with one
Okay.
of the big comedians. Like Mike Myers.
I almost thought that it was
Michael
David
Myers.
Spade or someone.
Nah, I don't think...
Or someone blonde.
No, I feel like it's one of those side actors, and it's like
It's like the guy
Michael
from Blades
Myers
of Glory. The
in one of his movies, but like it's like a stage hand. I was like, yeah, I've got this, and he's like wearing it or something. I can't remember. It's just so long ago, and
Yeah.
not remembering is my forte anyway. So
Lucky Nugget.
Yep. Because it's like their good luck charm.
Is it?
Yeah.
you remember it's called Lucky Nugget.
No, not you. Not good luck, Chuck. Fuck you. Look, anyone out there, if you know what movie this is, we will send you $1.
Send your shit in a vial.
Ew. Whose though? They get their pick of the litter. Which podcast person would you like a nugget from?
It's just one from everyone, mixed together.
Like Play-Doh when you mix the colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Anyway.
right? It's pink.
Kane, what have you been doing? Also, we have just reached 10 minutes.
Yeah, sounds about right. So you set a timer.
Yeah.
To stop you from talking about a poop necklace.
Look, I didn't know that was going to get brought up. There's a small child involved in working the sound in here.
I don't know. What have you been up to?
Oh my god, wait. Sorry. Wait. Is it Priscilla, Queen of the Desert?
It may be.
From
I think it is.
From
It's
fucking
Priscilla, Queen of the
yeah. Hang on.
It is.
I don't know why it just came to me. I
Probably
saw
like from Sonny and Cher or some shit.
Oh, I think it is Cher's.
Yeah, it shares shit. Honestly, guys, good work.
Just outed ourselves as haven't watched that movie.
Because it's the best
I
movie.
love Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. It's like the only good movie
I
we've
saw
got.
they were doing drag queens on A Current Affair tonight, so I saw Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I think that's why it came back to me. Anyway, I'm excited. Good. Glad we know
Answered a question.
that no one wanted answered.
Cool. What else has everyone been doing? Besides getting blood taken and
we are
everything Martin said.
taking a stray cat to get to sex tomorrow.
Ah.
We accidentally prepared him last night, so it's like he can't eat after 8:30 and we have to lock him in the house. So we like trap him in the house. And this is the funny thing. I told everyone, I'm like, it's happening on Wednesday, right? So the night before we got to lock him in. So even though it was Monday night, when Yvette started just like getting him ready to put away, I was like, yeah, shit, we better hurry up. Like, look at the time. And then we get him in there and then it's like an hour after locking him away. And Kane goes, why are you putting him away? Isn't it on Wednesday? And I just went, oh no. So we had to go let him out and he was very sad.
I'd be happy I was let out.
Well, he was happy to be out, but he was sad to be locked in. But yeah, it's good. We found a charity that's willing to sponsor him. Oh, actually, that's news, I guess. One of my ferrets has a tumor.
Oh.
So she needs to have a surgery.
Adrenal gland?
No, just some sort of tumor that they can just get them out of nowhere. Simple surgery to remove it, and then it's all good. So she's lucky that it's not a nasty one.
Oh, we
Or the
also
pituitary
saw
gland? Like,
No, it's
just on the skin.
it's just on her skin. Yeah.
we saw a doppelganger Rachel.
Hmm.
When I walked in there, I thought it was Rachel.
I don't know why you're shaking your head.
One's enough.
Well, we found
Not
another
only
one.
did it look like her, she was pregnant as well.
Yeah, like the same amount of pregnant.
The same amount of
Yeah,
pregnant.
they
Martin's
were
getting
like-
around.
I know. You've got like 6 Rachel lookalikes out there. They're all the same amount of pregnant.
He was a busy bee that week.
Busy bee with a busy D.
Wow.
Oh, I'm annoyed I laughed at that. It was funny.
Thank you. Thank you. Listeners, you may put applause in the comment section. Okay, so you've just been playing the same game. Just, you won't stop.
What do you mean? I think I've only put like, since last podcast, I've maybe put 10 hours into it.
Probably 15.
A day.
That's what it feels like.
It's really not. I've only been able to sit down and play like an hour or 2.
I know.
So, fuck
So,
Wow.
you. Where are you, man? You finished it?
Nope.
You haven't? What are you at?
Yeah. I haven't really played it since
No,
last
really?
podcast. Haven't had a chance.
played what?
Models.
Yeah.
Immortals.
Phoenix Rising.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
I couldn't let that stand.
It's Phoenix.
Our listeners may have been...
It's Phoenix. They even pronounce it Phoenix.
I don't care.
I do. They pronounce it Phoenix. It's Phoenix.
Call your kid Phoenix.
No.
With an F.
Call him Jiff.
What about GIF?
GIF.
Don't. Roll call.
Every time
suck.
someone, like, is there a GIF here? Is there a GIF? And then the class starts arguing.
Yeah.
You could call them Jeffrey, like spell it Jeffrey, but call them Giffrey.
Oh, what is it? January?
Oh, January and
Janual?
Janual. Yeah, Janual.
January and January.
Yeah. Oh, don't.
Fucking Auntie
Auntie
Donna.
Donna. Anyway.
January.
Yeah, so someone's name was January and the other person's name was Janual and they were brothers. So dumb. Like,
But it kind of works. I could see someone doing it.
yeah.
Wow, these are all boring.
This is a riveted fucking catch-up
I
session.
feel like no one's done anything. We've all just suddenly
Wait.
lost track of days.
Didn't we go see
Oh my
ghosts?
god, yeah, wait, we've seen each other like twice in a week.
Well, that's why. I was sick of
Alright,
each other.
everyone. We're actually best friends IRL.
Best fiends. I hate that ad.
Best fiends. And
Oh wait, you just don't see ads.
no.
That ad is like I literally hear it 10 times a day at least.
What ad?
Best fiends.
Is it like on the radio or something?
No, it's on TV while Amy watches Fox.
But he doesn't have enough time to do anything. But he sees the same ad 10 times a day.
I don't what?
Nothing.
Stop paying for Fox.
It can be in 30 minutes. Sometimes it's on twice in the same break.
Oh, poor youth.
If you remember last week, because you're a loyal listener and not a new scum, we were going ghost hunting. And, yeah, we did that. Martin broke his car.
I fixed it. You've hot glue and super glue.
Oh, God.
I super glued the parts together, then hot glued it together to hold the super glue together. It
Did
worked.
it work?
Yeah.
For now?
And it's worked stronger than what it was beforehand.
God.
Oh, we'll see if it holds up next time.
Yeah, we'll go back. A different part of the car
Wait, you
falls
super
off.
glued it together?
So I super glued the little tabs on that broke.
Yeah.
The super glue wasn't holding, it wasn't drying quick enough. So I hot glued it together. So,
So
the
the super glue could set.
Yep. And then just stuck it back in the car with both the glues there.
Like, it's great,
blue tack.
but bad.
I really wish you'd just 3D printed a new one,
Rachel wouldn't let me.
but didn't do any to prep it. It was just look 3D printed.
Rachel wouldn't let me.
That would have been great.
Yeah, we also did board games.
Also, so there's context.
Yeah.
Part of Martin's car fell off during the trip to this cemetery,
Yes.
where we hit a dirt road that was like corrugated iron,
Yes.
and it was just all of a sudden just and his car fell apart. We picked it up on the way back, and he's decided to glue it in.
Yes. So if you have any mechanic work that you need done,
Martin's your
Martin.
man.
Panel beater.
Mechanic Man Martin, as we like to call him
It's a
around here.
panel beater, not a mechanic.
Fine, a panel beater or a panel gluer,
Yeah.
if you will.
No, he's gonna beat on your panels. I didn't mean that sexual innuendo. That's right, he's gonna damage your panels.
No, you said what you said.
Could you imagine giving a car to someone? They're like, we'll have it ready in a week. And you
Goes
get it
back.
back and it's just covered in semen.
No, But you rock up early as they're banging out the last of the dents with their dick just on your door. Like, yeah, sorry, man, it takes ages, but this is the best way we found.
And I'm swollen as fuck.
I'm working 8-hour
I'm so
days,
swole.
man.
It's a massive dick, right?
Nah, it's like average.
Beaten
It's
black
like,
and
so-
blue. You're gonna have to be the last car of the week.
Anyway, saw some cool stars at the cemetery. Jumping back. Welcome to ADHD podcast. Saw some stars. Had a weird sort of thing where I thought my husband was in front of me, but then he was not. He was behind me, and it was just a weird shadow person. And then someone saw a possum, and it wasn't me, so I'm sad.
weren't
Could have come
possum?
over and seen the possum at any stage.
You didn't tell us until after.
Because you were walking so far away.
I was looking for ghosts.
You were recording stuff and you wanted to get away from the noisy people.
Which never worked, by the way. It sounded like you were just screaming into my microphone. I'm like at the opposite end of the cemetery, and it's just like, all right, can we hear any spirits? A possum!
Who's to say that wasn't the spirit?
True. It could have been the spirit. I don't know.
Spirits.
I think we'll have to go and do a paid tour soon so we can go to an actual, like, more spooky location. Somewhere
Fair
where
enough.
a lot of people have died, not where they got put after they died. I want to feel their dead
Martin's
vibes.
basement.
Yeah.
How do you know I have a basement? No one's
I was
supposed
gonna
to know
say,
that.
where's his basement?
Yeah, where's the entrance?
It's hidden.
He 3D prints
Wow.
I was
it.
gonna say, 3D printed over it.
He got glued over it.
Every day you have to seal it back up again. You're like, God damn it, there must be a better way.
I was gonna say, we did
What?
finish Supernatural, and we finished Cobra Kai season 3, and started Sabrina.
Okay, so after Supernatural brought us together on a dating site, we finally finished watching it, and we cried. And it was very sad.
Together. No, don't tell me it's sad.
You know, it's
Yeah, no, I don't know why you're saying stuff.
It's sad because we never get another one. We never
No.
get a new ghost.
Now
We
you're
Yeah.
never.
fucking trying to cover your tracks.
Nice recovery.
I have never seen a grand final. Do you call it a grand final?
I will say though, every ending is sad in every show. I don't think I've seen a show.
Yeah, I don't think
where
I've
it's not
seen a
sad.
show wrap up where I haven't cried, either because, well, I mean, they're typically like,
Sabrina wrapped up and that
we haven't finished.
wasn't a cry fest.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did it on purpose, cunts.
At least I know I don't have to be hydrated for it.
No, you don't.
It's like,
Also, there's nothing to cry about. I fucking hope they all die.
Yeah, I
And I'm
know.
only one episode
I
in.
want them dead.
We started watching again, and I was like, I remember everybody now, and I hate them all.
Yeah, it's so annoying and pushy.
There's some fun episodes near the end. If
Well,
you
I hope so.
actually remember.
I don't want to hope so.
Yeah, there is a couple of
Yeah. I won't say too much.
the crossover, essentially.
But something we can all agree on: Cobra Kai, not as good as season 2, but still really good.
It was alright.
It felt like it was so short. We accidentally watched it all in basically one sitting.
It's because it's short episodes, like
Yeah.
TV episodes.
But then we didn't realize we'd gotten to the end, and it was like, okay, next, no! And then it's just realizing that it's going to be fucking forever until there's more.
Yeah,
If there's more.
There
I
will
heard that it was
be.
getting cancelled.
I'm Googling it.
they're not.
Don't you talk shit
It's
in my
probably
house.
one of the most successful shows on Netflix right now.
Yeah, considering where it came from, too.
It's so
I
weird.
can't believe YouTube sold it
it
though.
was a YouTube Red show.
Yeah.
They-
YouTube's like, we give up.
They sold it
Take the
because
only good thing we did
nobody
ever.
was going to ever pay
Yeah.
for YouTube Red. And they're like, fine, just sell it off to someone because no one's going to pay for this.
Yeah. Right.
So...
It felt like a dick move by YouTube to try to monetize when they already make so much from advertising. Fuck off. Like,
Well.
you make a ridiculous amount of money.
Do we know for a fact how much they make?
Wow.
Because
Maybe
they've been
someone
getting
does.
tighter
Okay.
and tighter over the years. And like, advertisers, like, heaps of people pulled out, didn't they? Wasn't there a ton of advertisement that pulled out?
For what?
YouTube.
For what?
For them having like not enough terms, like strict guidelines on their, like anyone who made anything that was adult or even above 15 plus basically got no
Even
advertisement.
G. It's just not allowed.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like huge companies and stuff.
Yes.
Do you just mean content creators or everyone or what?
All the advertisement.
Oh, I don't know then. All I remember from that is that it basically anything that had swearing or adult themes or anything basically couldn't make money and wasn't getting shown around. Like if you don't get views, you don't get money, and it wouldn't come up in recommended and
So I remember it wasn't them. It was all the advertisement companies were basically like PG, and that's it. If it went any higher than that, it just like getting anyone to come on board. It was nobody would do it except for like a handful of like adult stuff.
Yeah, and they all come back though. I guarantee they've all come back.
I don't think so. YouTube's become stricter and weirder than ever.
Yeah, YouTube.
Well, if they're making money, then they got that luxury, don't they? That just means they're making enough that they don't need that anymore.
Yeah, they're fine. It's the creators and all that are getting screwed.
Oh yeah,
over
fuck
heaps.
the creators. I don't give a shit about them.
Wow. That is not...
We're like content creators.
That's not a view shared by the rest of us here, by the way. That is just Aaron. If you'd like
Don't use my real name.
his contact details, we will provide them for a $5 fee.
How many episodes? Like, you basically people just know me, the real person.
Sorry, Kibosh.
Don't use my avatar name.
Wow, now they can find him in multiple ways, Kane.
You can find him in multiplayer. Oh,
Hit me
That's
up in
it?
Call of Duty. I'll destroy you. Not really. Too old.
wait. We did do No Man's Sky multiplayer.
Oh yeah, we made sure
Once.
that it all worked. That was more complicated to become friends than it felt like it needed to be. Why did it not work straight away?
The thing is it was the start, the friend code thing, really like threw us off when all you had to
It
do
just
is
takes you to your fucking profile.
all you had to do was hop into a game and then just like join their game and then go up to each other in the world
Yeah.
and friend. Instead, it's like add friend. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, add friend. I add your number. Like literally, you know the friend codes? You go add friend, you enter their code, and it just takes you to their profile page with no way to add them as a friend.
This is PlayStation's PlayStation.
Yeah.
Should try and do it from PC to
Oh,
PlayStation
then it'll work.
to PC to Xbox. Then it's a pain in the ass.
How is that? How could it be more of a pain in the ass than not being able to do what it says it should
I don't know.
and only being able to add a friend when you see them personally once you've already joined their game?
I don't know, but we could.
And if it's worse than that, then they just don't want you to have a friend.
It was hard. We ended up doing the same thing. We managed to find a way to all mingle into the one server
Instance,
and then friend each other
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, nothing else worked. It was so weird. Well, now we know how to do it, so we can do it quickly.
But then you just
I'm on
spent 10
PC.
minutes laughing at Aaron being a frog.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
adorable.
That reminds me, I still got to log in and give you all those resources that you wanted.
Yeah, I did that for Kane as well. Like, because it's like any game. Like, if you're X amount of levels above someone, everything you give them is like a bonus kind of thing. Martin's even further, so he can give me stuff, and I'll be like,
Wait, you're even further than him.
Yeah.
When do you play No Man's Sky?
I played on the PC heaps last year with
and this
people
isn't my
online.
original account either. This is the one since I got it on PlayStation.
Ah, okay.
All my major accomplishments were on PC.
You could pass it over, couldn't you?
No,
I don't think so.
it's not cross-save, just cross-play.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just hand it to another player and then have them...
Yes.
Yeah, well, I probably could now.
It's like Ragnarok, man. Just pass that shit over.
But I don't know what, like, the game has changed so many iterations. If I update my save, I don't even know what I'll have, let alone what it'll be worth.
Do they have cross-save yet?
No.
No. No, they got all
There's-
that other stuff and not cross-save. Cross-save is like the first thing people do now.
Destiny is the only thing I know of that has proper cross-save.
And that's because it's server-based.
And it's not cross-play, though.
No,
No,
there's
but
like...
it's-
Fuck, I was trying to think. I can't remember the name of
I
it.
think this
There's a
has-
bunch of... Most games now, it's usually they've got a cross-save. It's not cross-play.
Yeah, I
The
think
difference
this
is,
is
like-
cross-save.
Because
From
on
my
Oh, yeah, I
understanding.
know that does.
No Man's Sky, the only thing that's saved, really, onto their servers is
Not much.
small details about the world.
Yeah.
Not so much about your items. That's all local. Like, you lose that. You lose your save file. It's all gone. Unless it's backed up to the cloud.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think a lot
But
of them are
in
getting onto that.
Destiny, like, you could delete every save file you have. It wouldn't matter. As soon as you log in on another device, all your stuff's there. So that making that cross-save is super easy because it's already stored in
that
their
one.
servers.
That's
What?
a single-player game. That's got cross-saves.
Yeah, but you have to well, on the Switch anyway, you have to actually save it, upload your save
Oh yeah, it doesn't have the auto, but
Yeah.
it's still cross save.
Yeah,
So,
well, they
like-
probably built it with that in mind.
That's what I'm just saying. It's far more common now.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get on to this movie I don't remember.
I remember it. It was a good movie.
You wankers. I don't
What?
want to remember shit about this movie.
You might.
You should have watched it again.
I
Yeah.
don't have another 7 hours.
was
You
2.5.
were watching all your ads.
Yeah.
I don't really watch them. I hear them and see them in the peripheral.
Look, all right, the
So-
movie is
Tenet.
Tenet. Came out last year. Let's see, 7.5 on IMDb, 70% Rotten Tomatoes, 69 Metacritic, 87 Google users. It cost
and Noah
205
Holmes
million.
Did
and they
better
made
on Google.
363 million at the box office. So it actually was somewhat successful, but
It
the
was classified as a flop.
That doesn't
yeah, I was
sound
going to say
successful at all.
the advertisement that would have cost them.
So they made their money back plus more. But it was, I was reading up about it. Yeah, they made their money back
but not
plus
a good
more,
return
but-
of investment.
but not enough for it to be classified as successful.
Unless it's like double, including the marketing budget, they're like, eh.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That when I say they made their money back, they made their marketing money as well and everything.
Well, you got to remember, it's a big risk, like investing in movies.
Well, investing 205 million, like
It's a considerable
that's like
amount.
Avengers, isn't it?
It's a little bit of pocket change to people like
Yeah.
Aaron.
Like when you invest that kind of money with the potential of losing everything, you want a good return. Like,
Like I'd rather bank on $200 million movies than a $200 million movie. That is a stupid amount to put into something.
Sounded like you
it's
said the
like
same
betting.
thing twice.
You like bet 200 million on like a crap hand where you could potentially just lose everything, or you just got 1.1 times your investment. You're like, well, that was really not worth the risk.
Well, to be fair, they're putting it on Christopher Nolan, which his last, like 5 movies have been successful.
He was the director. He wasn't in the movie, though, was he?
Hmm?
He wasn't in the movie, was he?
No,
He
but
was just the director.
he's the director and writer.
Oh, he's the writer too.
Okay. I just tried to search trivia to do with Tenet, right? And then I was like, oh, don't write trivia. I don't want to answer quiz questions. I'll type in facts. So I searched facts about trivia, and I'm just annoyed.
For fuck's sake.
Instead of... Anyway,
Alright,
it's
like-
fine.
For people that
Females.
don't know, Christopher Nolan did Inception, Dunkirk, Interstellar.
Oh, yeah.
He also did
Oh,
the Batman
he's-
movies.
He's coming in after Dunkirk. That was critically acclaimed, wasn't it?
Yes.
People love that. People love that shit.
I think it's hard for a lot of movies right now, though, with none of the cinemas being open properly.
I
and
think
stuff
that's
like
Yeah.
probably what fucked him up last year, was with that. And then no one wants to go anymore because heaps of people are too scared to even go to cinemas.
Actually, yeah, he was profitable, even though no one's probably going to the cinema.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
That's pretty impressive. This is definitely a cinema-worthy movie.
I was gonna say, we were watching this, and all I could think is, one, all of his movies, you should probably have a good surround sound system
Yeah.
or see in cinema, because the sound was fucking all over the place for us. It was trying to do, surround sound with just a normal TV speakers. So you had stupidly loud parts.
Couldn't hear the voice.
The voices were so quiet, and I wasn't sure what they were saying for some reason. Even when we could hear the voices clearly, they all sounded really muffled.
There was a couple of sections where it was kind of muffled on purpose because they were meant to be trying to translate it backward, like from backwards
That's
to
what
forwards.
I thought might have been happening, but it happened a lot.
No.
And one of them, I wasn't sure if it was just they had really thick accents on a bunch of the people.
Maybe,
But like
yeah,
even what's his name, Michael Caine, the old guy, in that scene, I swear he had something in his mouth when he was talking the whole scene.
maybe
And I'm
you
like,
just
wait a
don't
minute,
have
I
your
normally
sound set
can
up properly.
understand him. And Melissa's like, nah, no one understands him ever. I'm like, what? He's like a successful actor. People have to understand him.
It sounded fine on
Director's like,
mine.
yeah, cut. That was good.
Yeah, I actually watched it out in the lounge room
Mhm.
with my surround sound, and it sounded perfectly fine out there.
Oh, you're in surround
Okay.
sound, so yeah, probably would have. I wish we had surround sound or a sound bar instead of just TV.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish these
You had
movies
this-
had an
oh, what
option
happened-
for just stereo.
What happened to your amp? Take it.
Well, I'm gonna just plug the amp in.
With the little speakers.
Isn't that connected? Oh no, that the system broke.
The A8D
Whatever
speakers and
Oh, so I kept the speakers. I've got all them and the amp. It's just the actual, what do you call it? Like the control of all of that center. That thing broke.
so this like the center, the amp,
Yeah.
the silver amp.
Is that what it's called? Where
Yeah.
you control the sound and
That's
all the
the amp.
settings and
Yeah,
stuff?
that'd be the amp.
Then
Well,
you
the
have
amp-
speakers and you have a sub.
Oh, I thought the amp was the thing at the front.
No, that's a sub.
That's a sub. And that black one, the big black speaker, that's a sub as well?
Big black speaker. Oh yes, that's a sub too.
Oh, okay. All right.
One's passive and one's active.
Yeah.
The subs.
Active
Okay.
subs are better.
Yeah, well,
That
that
depends on your
Active subs
system.
are always
Sometimes you've got a dedicated amp for your sub.
yeah. Active subs always have a better bass sound to them.
But yeah, that ended up fucking up.
Oh.
It like, I don't know if it just got hot, but it just
Well,
died.
you probably covered the top air vents.
No, I didn't. I lent it to Mum to use, and she had the cat sleeping on it a lot. So,
That will kill something.
yeah, I think they cooked it. But I still got all the speakers.
What, the cat or the
Well,
sub?
they're expensive speakers.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like, don't get rid of them.
Like
Like, I hope they're still
they're
out there.
really expensive.
But yeah, don't watch surround sound movies on just TV with no surround sound.
Your TV should be able to, if you don't.
You change the mode. Change
Yeah.
the sound mode to just stereo and not 5.1.
And your TV should be able to
I do
auto,
have it on stereo.
auto
When you play
fix it up.
Yeah, when you played the content, what'd you watch it on? iTunes?
On we rented it on Prime.
Did you go to the into the settings of the movie
Nah,
and change
Prime-
it to
There is-
2.1?
There is no.
There's gotta be.
No, Prime Prime always puts it out to your TV's output to start with. So if your TV's stereo, it will make it stereo.
Yeah.
So your TV will automatically convert it to stereo
Most
from
things
5.1.
default to 5.1 like a DVD.
Not really.
Check it up. Let's have a look.
I'm not doing it right now.
Mine have
Fucking do it
always
right now.
mine always have to
Now.
automatically change.
Slam your phone.
Well, I know my Xbox automatically changes everything, I should say, to whatever it picks up. So if it doesn't see a 5.1 surround sound there, it won't put out 5.1. It'll automatically put out stereo. If I turn on my surround sound system, it automatically turns it into surround sound for me.
I will see.
The point is, yeah, that fucked with our experience.
Man, it's really flat tonight. I feel like we're really flat. I apologize to any new listeners. Usually we're so much better.
We're not.
Well, I feel
I'll
like
say, you know, it's picking up that chord.
What's
No.
picking up what?
You're rubbing on the chord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it picks that up.
yeah,
Why?
it makes sound like staticky sounds.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't.
It does.
Nah.
It does.
No, it does.
You prove me wrong.
Gladly. Come over here. I was just reading about the director because I know he does good movies, but I don't really know anything about him. And I just read that every time he's doing a movie, he invites the cast and crew to come and watch movies with him that inspired his movie. So like a lot of the time,
It's all his movies.
yeah. Well, he likes to watch James Bond. Like he loves all the James Bond movies. But
Oh, that definitely felt
because
It felt Bond.
because
It
this
felt
is
Bondy.
similar to Bond, right? He didn't watch any James Bond movies for ages, like a couple of years, I think, and so he didn't do the normal thing where they all watch movies together. He's like, I don't want to be influenced by watching other movies. I want to remember all the good spy movies, like just with my mind, and not be too heavily influenced. And I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, man, it's still Bond.
It's very Bond.
But no, he's very
the
interesting.
dryness of a James Bond movie.
And it was called Merry-Go-Round, or the Merry-Go-Round, while they were filming it. And it was all really secretive. Like, Michael Caine only got given his scene, and he wasn't allowed to read the rest. Only 2 actors got the entire script. Like, he was weirdly secretive about it, because he's been planning this movie for 20 years, and working on it for 6.
Yeah.
No wonder
20
you
years
can't
ago.
just...
I'm glad he didn't release it 20
Right?
years ago. Do you know how shit it would have
It'd
looked?
be like Cell.
Because, like, all right, actually get into the movie. The action in this movie is incredible. And
Yeah.
done so well. And any of the big sequences are all done well.
It's only one scene I didn't like.
There's multiple I didn't like.
There's only one. There's only one fight scene I should say I didn't like.
Oh, which one?
I liked
The
it
one in the
all.
corridor
In the corridor.
where he's.
Fighting himself.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Why?
I
Why
fucking
did you
love
say
that.
that?
That's like my
You
favorite.
gotta
I
say
don't like it.
spoiler.
I said it at the start of this.
No, I
No,
didn't
you
hear that.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
When?
I said that we'll be getting to a full
Prove me wrong,
spoiler of
Kane.
Tenet.
No, maybe you did.
No,
I
I
don't.
don't remember.
But yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Not
All
to
I'm saying,
mention,
I didn't like
it's-
that fight.
We've never said spoiler for any of the other
But
ones.
this is relatively new. Like, this is only just up for rent.
I said it at the
Up for
start.
rent.
Maybe if you've listened.
Meh. Yeah, I just didn't like that fight scene. It just when you watched it both ways, it kind of didn't make sense.
I think it was backwards both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
what
it was weird.
That's why I think it.
That's
just
my
didn't-
favorite fight scene.
Do you
I
know-
I
mean,
love
it's
the
backwards
fact.
both ways.
So you see it in the backwards fight. So he's reacting to the fight, not
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
fighting. In both scenes
Yeah,
of
I
that
know.
fight, and
it
just
didn't
doesn't look
play
right.
forward, so it
It's
felt
not
weird.
Because
of
it
course
was
it's not
going-
going to.
No, I know.
I know,
but
but
they
it
were
just
going-
didn't
it
seem
was
right
going-
because it's that part where he's shuffling along the floor on his back,
Yeah.
and no matter which way you look at that, even if you rewind it and watch it as it's supposed to go forwards, it just doesn't fit right. It doesn't feel right at all.
Because it's isn't it going both ways through the fight?
Essentially, yeah, but it just
And it
doesn't
only
seem right.
happened basically, isn't it because you're not supposed to have both of them interact with each other?
No, everything. I'm pretty sure everything moved the way it was supposed to in the movie. I didn't see any inconsistencies with the
No.
way the fight went.
No, it wasn't. It just
But
didn't
no,
feel right.
it was
That's all I'm
only
saying.
with that one was it going back and forward through the fight.
It wasn't going back and forward.
Yes, it is.
He was moving backwards.
They're both moving backwards technically through that fight.
No, he was moving forwards. In the first iteration, he was moving forwards, fighting someone who was moving backwards.
In the first iteration,
Yeah.
the other guy was moving forwards as well, technically.
No, he's walking forwards from his perspective, backwards through time. From his perspective, he was
Wait,
always
yeah.
moving forwards. So technically, if you were to reverse someone who's going forwards in time, they would be walking backwards.
Yeah, it just didn't
But
seem right. That's all.
someone who's moving backwards through time, but from their perspective, he was walking forwards, would look like what we just saw in that
Yeah,
fight.
it just didn't seem right. That's all
Of
I'm
course
saying.
it doesn't seem right. It's like when the boat was traveling forwards from its perspective, but was actually going backwards in time, so the splashes are coming
Yeah.
in reverse from the front
So
of the hull.
those scenes looked fine to me. It's just the fight I just didn't like that fight scene. It just didn't.
The
They
I
could have
think the
done that better to
confusion-
me.
I don't think they really could have. The confusion comes from the fact that he is reacting from the first iteration, he's reacting to someone moving backwards, but through time, but still acting as if they're
Yeah,
moving
I understand how
forwards
it's
through time.
working.
So all the reactions come before the action.
Yeah, I understand how it was working. I just didn't like this fight scene.
And he's trying to react to those things. So when then you watch the second iteration, this is a person that's moving forward through time, but trying to react to reactions that have happened before the action has taken place.
I know.
So it would be confusing to both parties. Like, I thought it was actually pretty good.
I just didn't like it. I understood how
I
it
don't
worked.
understand what you don't like. It was really well done.
It was
Nah.
all done organically too. Like
They
They-
actually put
they
them in
learned-
reverse.
no, they did it, but they walked backwards and ran backwards and did everything backwards. Like there's no CGI, there's no green screens. They learnt to talk backwards. They learnt to walk
Oh,
backwards.
that's
I
shit.
fucking thought they were doing that.
Yep. Like the guy that's got the Russian accent had to learn to do the Russian accent backwards.
Yeah,
Like,
some of the things he was pronouncing,
they get
I
the-
knew it sounded that
How'd
way.
they get the water to go backwards?
well, that's probably CGI.
But
They said no
usually-
CGI where possible.
I was gonna say you just said no CGI. but-
They're like, "Hey, boat driver, do it backwards but forwards, yeah?" And he's like, "What?" Just has a breakdown.
He's very skilled.
Yes, impressive. And the seagulls, ugh, pay them in hot chips; they'll do fucking anything. Like me, I love hot chips. No, I don't know. What else was fun?
I'm sure, like, if someone, like, super scientifically inclined was to watch it, they'd be like, that's not realistic, even with how they're explaining things.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, a layman, I felt like they followed their own rules pretty well. Except the whole, like, you have to... That first part where they explained with the gun catching the bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was inherently some kind of control over it, but it wasn't. There was no control. It was just your actions were always going to have happened that way. It wasn't like you were controlling it. So you weren't really catching the bullet so much as doing the action that was always going to happen, and it was just playing in reverse.
See, that's weird, because I always thought, like, you can control it with intent, basically.
No, well, it's the intent that was always going to happen.
I think that's why it's confusing. It does seem like they are controlling in some way or another.
It would feel like it, I suppose, to a degree. But if you were to follow the bullet in reverse, that was always going to be what happened.
Wait, I thought they were, you weren't supposed to get hit by something in reverse.
That's because the reaction, it's like the ship that was going forwards from its perspective but was actually going in reverse.
Yeah.
The way the splashing happens, you can't, it's very hard to, I suppose you could predict it, but it's not going to happen in the same manner that you would expect. So when a bullet's coming through, the reaction's going to happen before the bullet gets there. And it was just devastating, because then the way that everything falls, blood might not pull in the same way because it's not following the same path.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when someone throws a grenade, like you could be running and then like it looks like that guy's not looking at you, but then suddenly he'll turn even though he didn't see you because he had already seen you.
Yeah.
And is about to put his arm up to throw a grenade, but the grenade's about to explode and come back through you into his hand. So like you can't just assume that it's going to happen this way because it's already happened and you're about to step in the way of it. And then the shrapnel comes through you and becomes a full grenade.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, it's going to tear the fuck out of you. Like that poor fucker that was standing in
the wall.
The wall.
Yeah, that.
And then the wall reassembled while he was standing there.
Yeah, is
Oh,
he
that's
okay?
No, he's not good.
No?
He's not healthy.
So he's not just in that building, he's in the wall?
It looked like he was pretty in the wall, but if they're just saying that he's inside, he's like, this sucks. I'm stuck in here.
He's like, I'm safe, finally.
So what happens to him then?
If he's just in the room, he's fine.
I'm thinking the wall. It looked like
If he's in the wall, he's dead, man.
So is the wall just completely crushing him?
The wall would have just crushed him, yeah.
Yeah, they can't coexist in the same space at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah, he's not good.
He dead.
This podcast is dedicated to Wall Guy. If you'd like to make a donation to his family, you can contact me through PayPal.
I should say I was very tired watching this movie. So
Yeah, you picked a bad time
Yeah,
to
what
watch
the
it.
fuck? You don't watch this while tired.
I was
Nothing would have made any sense.
dozing off and like missing parts.
When we
so-
started, you weren't tired, but it's a long haul.
Did you see like the first iteration of seeing things in reverse in the auditorium? When the bullet hole...
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
he first sees it, the
The
start
first
of the
time he
movie.
sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
weird.
But I had like, I must have been missing pieces.
Would you not have been like, what the fuck is going on?
Because when I was having to ask her like, why is everyone asleep? And that's because I completely missed the
You
scene.
see the gas?
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah,
he
I
didn't see
completely
it.
missed that scene.
And
That's
there was
important
another
for that
part you
scene.
missed, the part with her like saying the painting or whatever was real, but
Ah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
fake. You missed that completely, and you're like, yeah, but why does he want revenge? Like, what's their deal? And I'm like, what? Come on, man.
Well, I was at one of those rare times of being tired where
You just zone out.
literally can just be sitting there watching something and then be like, oh shit, where am I?
Wait, who wanted revenge?
Well, the woman, Kat, wanted revenge
What'd she want revenge for?
for him controlling her life and threatening to like
Oh.
take the son and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you were talking about because the painting was fake.
No.
I'm like,
No, you know, you saw it.
I did.
Yeah.
I watched it when we were supposed to.
Suckers.
A week ago.
You know, I feel like this movie is too demanding of a casual audience.
Are you calling
Well,
us casuals?
It's like Inception.
No, Inception's far easier to understand.
I suppose.
This was easy enough to understand. It's
I
hard to
don't
explain,
think. I don't. No, because if it's easy to understand, I feel like you could explain it.
though. No, not really.
It's like the slowest form of reverse time travel ever.
It's also the weirdest form of reverse
I like
Time
this form
travel.
of time travel.
Why?
because you're traveling backwards with your intention of going forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not. That's not something that easy to grasp.
It
That's
wouldn't
what
like
time going back in time is. So you're going back there to can go forwards again to change.
Most time when you go backwards in time, you hop to a point.
If he went too far, there wouldn't have been a machine to fix it. He would have been stuck going backwards forever. Would have sucked.
I want to watch.
Like
that
literally,
again.
he had one chance. Then, like when he went back at the airport, like if he'd gone any further, I don't think he would have had enough oxygen for one. But secondly, like where else would there have been a place for him to do it?
The oxygen was weird too.
Yeah, reverse oxygen
Reverse
wouldn't react the
oxygen.
same way in your body.
The plane was real. They drove a real plane into a real building.
We know.
Well, planes are worth shit at the moment.
Yeah.
Airports are closed down.
He literally, he said it was so much cheaper to just buy a plane and fuck up a building than it was to CGI it. It was
Holy
cheaper.
Shit.
I'm like, can we buy a plane? Is that something we can do?
You
Probably
can.
not. He
Yeah,
wanted to do miniatures.
I bought a plane and you drive it around. Yeah, I can't fly it. I don't have like a
Yeah, I'm not allowed
license.
to
I'm not
pilot
a
it,
licensed pilot,
but I can drive.
it.
I want to know if he did anything big in Dunkirk because they seem to give him money now to destroy real things. Like the Dark Knight, the building.
He destroyed a plane in that too.
He destroyed a
There's
building.
problems with planes.
He built a building and then blew it up.
Yeah.
That's the Heath Ledger one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Heath Ledger
Just
actually.
walking away from it. Yeah, that.
It didn't actually blow up the first time. That he fucked around with the controller.
Yeah, yeah.
And it blew up. The rest of it blew up. Yeah.
We should review that. Let's talk about the Dark Knight. All right. Welcome to the
my God.
58.
We are not doing the Dark Knight right now. Spoilers. Let's go on to the top.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So, like, what do you think? You were saying Bond-like, which makes a lot of
just the
sense.
dryness.
But like, was also the jumping around.
You're jumping
Look, I
around.
haven't watched a Bond movie for a few years at this point.
I don't think I've
A
ever
lot
seen
of the
Bond movie.
Bond-
I've watched
Really?
a lot of them, and they're all very dry.
But I
from what
mean, they
remember.
also do the thing where it's like, all right, let's go to this place, and it's like, and then there's just the next scene is them in that place.
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
because
thing
it
doing-
cuts out the travel and stuff.
It cuts out so like, and it's so quick.
It's the opposite of like a movie you watch on SBS, where like these European movies,
You know, when they drive to
whatever
the
country
airport.
they're in, like they'll literally show you not only when they wake up in the morning, but them brushing their teeth.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
And the interactions between anyone that happens to talk to them passingly about nothing and the most mundane thing. Then it will go from them like brushing their teeth to showing them wash their toothbrush, and you're like, why? And then like you think that there's going to be some important meaning behind why they're washing their toothbrush, but no, they're just showing you doing their everyday things.
I know.
And then they move in, and, like it shows them getting dressed and stuff, and you're like, is this important to the story?
It is.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the tax you pay to see the SBS titties.
But that's Hollywood movies like place importance on close-ups of things. Like like they're not just doing that; they're showing you for a reason because it means something later. No, not in SBS movies.
I'd say a lot.
Anyway.
These days, a lot of dramas are like that now.
They went the opposite. We're not going to show you anything but the action.
the movie was too
You'll
long.
have to assume everything in between.
That is true. The fact it was that long and still jumped to every
Yeah.
location. That's
Shit. Like I swear that they jumped like a week in that shipping container.
Yeah, I think they did.
I
was so
Pretty sure
confused.
they sat it there for a week.
They said something about it going to take a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it
5
really
days.
It's another one of those things where I just wish they'd said what day it was. On that for
Yeah,
me.
it would have been hard.
just
Let's
let me
not-
know
let's
what.
not do that.
We know eventually it was the 14th.
What about the end battle? I can't
That I was watching
contemplate
that.
being the general that has to plan that battle.
I was
It's
watching
so
that
retarded.
and just sitting there like I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, I
Right.
think I genuinely don't get this movie.
Half the people
I sort of do, but I don't.
had to actually wait to the end of the battle to start coming in because it wouldn't have made any sense otherwise because they were in reverse. So craziness. It was insane. Having to plan that battle. No, I refuse to believe there's anyone that was like competent enough to plan that well.
Yeah, the guy from Kick-Ass, he planned it all.
It's a pincer move, as they said multiple times.
Pincer.
Sorry?
It's a pincer move.
Yeah, like,
It's
fuck,
a
just
movie.
because you can say what it is and you come up with a name for the technique doesn't mean you could implement it well.
Martin, you have the same mind as that general. Brilliant. Just absolute genius of the battlefield.
Yeah.
Like-
Temporal genius.
The one thing I do
Tempura
understand
genius.
is the ending,
Yes.
sort of their friendship in reverse.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was fucking weird.
I like that.
Weird.
Because, like, at this point, we're very tired. We're very confused. And it's just like,
I'm assuming he's gone back in time quite a while.
Yeah.
yeah, he must have. And he's like, yeah, we have some good adventures. You'll love them. And he's like, what? And he's like,
just
yeah, it's
reminds-
just starting.
That just reminds me of the Doctor and
Is it that?
River Song.
Like-
Their relationships in reverse.
Okay, that is what that is. Because
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is it? Where have I seen this before? And I was
Yeah.
trying to think, what time thing have I seen this in? I like to think it was probably Doctor Who at some point.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But
something
the
like that.
thing is, theirs was slightly different. Theirs was traveling to the past, but then continuing forward. They leap to the past, but continue traveling forward. But their meeting is in, like, incrementally further
Yeah.
spurts. While this is, like, literally traveling. There's no, like, jumping to the past. in
Yeah,
this.
it's
you
just-
walk it.
You just
in
start at one
reverse.
point and walk.
So for him to have gotten that far into the past, he must have waited in a lot of shipping containers. Like, because you only got one way. That's the same speed that you went forward. So, yeah, I don't know how the fuck he did it. He got to be one like bored motherfucker, or he's read a lot of books.
I know he did a black and white movie. He probably passed his time on that.
Maybe.
Oh, the bungeeing in reverse.
Oh yeah. Oh, like if you don't cut your fucking bungee rope at the right time, that's gonna be hard on the second time because it ain't going as low.
That's when it started. When like at the start of the movie, probably being stupidly tired, I'm like, okay, I got a grasp on this. And then when they did the bungee thing in reverse, I was like,
But the funny thing is,
fuck.
that was all in normal.
Yeah, that was
That
normal
was
time.
yeah, that was
They didn't
normal
use any
time
reverse time
with
at that
the
point.
The bungee
objects, reverse object thing. Yeah.
No, that was all.
No, that was normal.
That was all normal.
They used
So-
ratcheting like systems to pull the bungee cord so taut that it had enough.
So
Like
it's
spring.
yeah, essentially they flung shot themselves up there
Yeah.
and then used those same cords to bungee back down.
I thought they were doing that in reverse.
No,
Nah.
that was all forwards.
Because they were talking about the reverse items the whole time.
Yeah, but they didn't use any then.
Because technically at that point the guy didn't actually know anything. Was claiming he didn't know anything about reverse time.
Yeah. His friend didn't know anything.
Oh, the way that
Yeah,
scene looked, it
fucking
looked in
Neil.
reverse to me.
No, it was all forwards.
No, they used like gearing to like it would be. It's still a lot of planning because you've got to work out perfectly how much bungee
Tension.
rope is needed for exactly where it's going to land
Yeah.
to let them get low enough that they can just cut it, and like that. That alone is crazy. Just working out that
You know, I've seen
specific measurement. Given you don't know exactly where it's going to hook onto, and then they had the devices to ratchet the freaking bungee rope
Yeah.
and release and shoot them up like fucking a slingshot. One mistake, you're dead. And if you didn't cut it at the right time and
On the
it
way
bounced
back
back up, they wouldn't have been out. Like they wouldn't have. The next time they come down, it wouldn't have been as low. You would have been like a story or 2 stories off the floor, and then had to cut.
Yeah.
And then the third time, and then eventually you'd just be like halfway or some shit, just stuck there dangling.
Imagine cutting it too soon
Yeah.
on the way down the first time.
Splat.
In the bloopers.
We went through 3 people, 3 actors.
3 stunt doubles.
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep finding people that look like these guys.
Oh shit.
So is there anything else, or are we going to critical?
well, we can go favorite and least favorite, I guess.
You guys hate doing that.
Favorite
Yeah.
actor or favorite scene?
Scenes.
Yeah,
I'm
scenes
just
is
trying
fine.
to think what stood out.
It's a fight scene for me.
The fight scene was good, but at the same time I just didn't like it. It was done, like I said, it was done well. I just didn't like the scene.
What about the fact, like the whole thing in reverse, where he broke in to the building the second time, and had to go through like the door that had been
Yeah, that was
Oh,
so
yeah.
weird.
like the whole thing because like when you watch it in reverse, it was weird when the guy got sucked out. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
You're like, where's he going? All
Yeah.
right, see ya.
Yeah.
They made it seem like he got sucked out from the engine.
jet,
exploding.
yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, the whole highway sequence, I think, is really good.
Oh, how cool is it when like the car is going forward, but like the car that it looked like they weren't going to hit, it's like it wraps
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
even though he's driving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not really. He's actually in reverse time. But yeah,
He's in reverse time driving a car forwards.
yeah.
You know, it feels like one of those movies you could probably watch it a couple of times and you
Enjoy
slowly
other
get a
bits more and
grasp
more.
on it
Yeah.
as well as enjoying more and more of it.
I do kind of want to see it again, just to
Not
see
so
if it
tired.
helps piece some shit together.
Yeah.
Also, when I'm awake, might help.
When did you just watch it?
Last night.
That's not
Why?
for the podcast
Yeah, why not today?
because I had a dentist appointments and she had to go out.
It's 2 hours out of an empty day.
An empty day. What did we just say? We
You had
were
a couple
busy.
of things to do.
Yeah.
Is there a total of 8 hours of busyness?
Yes.
I doubt it.
I had to dye someone's hair. I had to go to the shops.
If you were to compress that
dinner.
time into actually what was required,
Mhm.
was it 8 hours?
Yes.
No, it
Maybe
wasn't.
12.
Fuck
It's hard
off.
to say.
You bullshit artist.
Gonna argue me about
I haven't
time
done
when we
12
just watched
hours
a time
of
movie.
Consistent stuff this week.
Look, if you're just running to your next objective like a video game, then sure you can get through a lot of things done in a day. You know, it's okay to walk. Enjoy the scenery.
No, the scenery's boring around here.
I like the scenery in my house.
Do you?
Sometimes I look at the animals.
And then sometimes he looks at the dogs.
And the TV.
I look at the TV a lot.
Yeah, more than you look at anything else.
There's nothing else worth it
including
in this
me.
house.
It's true.
Maybe if you put videos of yourself on the TV.
Ah, fuck off.
People are like, ugh,
Turn it off.
let's rate this for the podcast.
All right, what do you think of the overall story of it?
That's good.
Yeah, pretty
I liked
cool.
it. I thought
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
it's I think it was a pretty unique take on time travel and stuff, and like, you know, the people from the future are trying to save their future.
No,
by
no,
fucking up
they're
our
trying to
past.
save the future.
Well, yeah, they're trying to stop
not their
global...
future, because they won't exist if they change the past.
Well, yeah, they just wanted to fix global warming, I guess.
The whole point was like to take everyone out, even
Yeah,
if
to
it
kill
becomes
everyone.
post-apocalyptic, because it would be better than what they're dealing with.
So that device he was going to build was going to destroy everyone.
Yeah, no, I know.
The thought was, I think, from the past, that it would kill everyone, but not necessarily destroy all of humanity. But also, I got the thoughts that some people felt like it would destroy all of time. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm pretty sure the people in the future weren't trying to destroy all of existence, just
Humanity.
humanity at the time, knowing that we're very resistant.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Every time you go onto that machine, you start going reverse.
Mhm.
Does that mean there's another one of you out there?
How do you mean?
Well, there was two of him before. He
Yeah,
fought
but-
himself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if he went and done that again, would there still be two of them, or would there be another one now?
Oh, so every time he goes back, there's
Yeah.
adding another person in
Is
that
he
time.
adding more to the time, the paradox kind of thing, or
Assuming, yeah.
okay?
Hmm.
Because I was just wondering, like, these people have been doing it a lot. Does that mean they've just like, there's so many of me out there, I gotta stay away from
They
them?
all meet
No,
up and
no,
have
no, like-
martinis.
It depends, because you can only travel at the same speed in time, just in a different direction. So what happened is that I don't think there can ever be more than two.
No, if he... So, oh no, because he changes the past in that instance, essentially.
Actually, no, I'm wrong.
Because if he goes
you
back,
can
and
do
go
it, like-
forwards, and then goes back to that time again.
If you were to, it's going to be bad for the people listening, but if you were to start here, travel to here, and then go back to here,
So
then
in
go
it-
forward again, and then stop here, 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 and get closer and closer, you could have multiple of yourselves.
Oh, but
But
it's
at
going
the
to
end
clear
of the-
each other. It's going to clear itself up.
But at the end of the day, they're all following the same line.
Yeah.
All of them are going to do the thing that led them to that last person coming out of the turnstile.
Yeah.
It's all where it's leading. And then once everyone has coalesced back into this one guy because he stopped doing it, you would continue forward.
Anyone watching? He was just like Dr. Emmett Brown with the whiteboard, explaining the time paradox of why they can't go back to a certain point in time to fix the fuck up they did in the first place.
Basically, yes.
Like, just don't mess with time.
Well, all right.
Alright, so
I'm trying
you're
to...
good with the story. And you
He
said
didn't
a
once-
unique taste. Oh,
He didn't once buy a lotto ticket knowing the path.
Right?
Like, the outcome. It's bullshit.
everything you just reverse win. Who wants that?
You idiot. You only needed to memorize one thing that could have made him money. Why didn't he do that?
Because he was more worried about time
Would have
Well,
taken
money.
one phone call. One phone call.
in reverse.
What do you mean?
So if he made a phone call when he was going in reverse, no one would have understood him because everything
Could
he
have
said was in
spoken to
reverse.
someone.
None of them would have understood him because it
Could
would
have
have been
written
gibberish.
a letter and posted it to someone.
Oh, he learns how to ask for the lotto and just says that backwards.
No, just points like a fucking mute person.
And is reverse pointing then?
Yeah. It'd be funny. He's like, the guy who puts the ticket in his way. He's like, yeah.
How's eating work?
I don't think you want to do it. If you
It's
can't
simple.
breathe,
You just shove it up your ass.
if you can't breathe that time's air, I doubt you could eat that time's food.
They were there for weeks.
Yeah, they must have been eating and drinking their own shit and piss. No, I think
man.
they brought back more stuff, maybe in their bags.
Their
Let's
bowels.
get too deep into this.
Just shove stuff up your ass.
Going to the toilet would be interesting.
No, I'd say in the shipping container that was prepped stuff. That was like,
What about but they can't prep the toilet.
Well, they can.
what do you mean?
They had to take a piss or a shit somewhere.
Be funny
When
if
you
you were
sit
in real
down,
time. You'd
it
be
goes
watching
back
this
into
person.
you.
It would. If you were in real time watching someone reverse, and they were taking a shit from their perspective in real time, going forward, from your perspective, they would have sat down, shit would have went up into them, and they pulled their pants back up. They wiped first.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'll never get used to that. All right. Yeah. Story was unique as I think it. No, you said it's somewhat unique. I think it's literally the most unique take on time travel.
Yeah, I haven't seen time travel done that way before.
It may have been in books,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
possibly tried to convey that.
All right. Out of all of the
Experience.
sci-fi I've ever watched,
Yeah.
which is I don't know,
A lot.
probably not as much as a sci-fi person, but yeah, I've never seen any kind of time travel done like that.
Actually, Stargate and Star Trek have never done that time travels, from what I can understand. So no, it's never been done before.
But
I generally consider time travel to be like instantaneous.
yeah, I guess
This
that's
is not so much time travel. While there is an element, and while technically I suppose you could say they're traveling in a different direction, so it's time travel. Technically, we're all time traveling at the speed of normal existence straight.
Jesus.
So we're all time travelers.
I was gonna say, wait, I have seen the time traveling where you can walk and things are going backwards, but
Yeah.
we're not seeing it from the
Other
the
person's
reverse
perspective.
perspectives. So
Yeah. Well, generally speaking, like time, at best case, time freezes while they walk back. Like, kind of appears to be frozen while they walk.
Like the
walk back.
Flash.
Yeah,
and
just
Superman.
weird shit.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
but not actually seeing everything. In fact, I'm surprised the Flash never did a scene like that, where he's going backwards through time, but not instantaneous. Like
Because
with reverse entropy.
Technically, he's not going. It's not instantaneous for him.
No, he's going through the Speed Force and whatnot.
He's going so quickly that it's just. It seems it seems instant, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose he doesn't actually go quick enough to go backwards in time in the technical sense, like the way Superman did it
where he goes around the world.
when he goes around the world.
Yeah, that was just weird though. That didn't make
Yeah,
sense.
like I would say that he did it with reverse entropy. Somehow went so quick that he went
Yeah.
in reverse, or some shit. I don't really know the details, but yeah, no, I'm surprised nothing else has done it that way before. It was a good take on it.
What about all the acting? Anyone have any issues with the characters?
I really don't
I
like the
didn't.
protagonist.
Who?
I hate the protagonist. I felt like he was so weak compared to everyone else.
He wasn't a strong person, but he did his part well.
I think
Well, he did-
maybe.
It definitely
may
felt
have been-
better after his backstory was revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That made him seem more believable. But before that, it just seemed like a gangster. I'm like, how is he even competing with these people?
He was-
why is this even a thing?
He felt like
He was
he was
just
like a Bond without charm or charisma or
to me-
anything.
To
really,
me, he just seemed like someone
Oh,
who was
wait.
duped into
Sorry, you
doing
said
it from someone that was
Yeah.
smarter.
Thought you were talking about the antagonist. The
Ah.
Russian,
Oh no,
Oh.
he was fine.
Which guy are you talking about then?
the antagonist.
Which one's that?
The Russian.
The
dude.
Russian.
Okay, so which one are we talking about?
The
Black dude.
protagonist. Black. What's his name?
He's
He's
called
the
protagonist.
Oh, that's right. In the subtitles, it's like
Yeah.
protagonist. You don't know his name.
His name is protagonist.
The black guy.
Yeah,
Main guy.
Main guy.
Main
like
guy.
Tenet.
Why did you say that? Tenet. The Tenet guy.
His name's not Tenet.
I know. No, he was fine to me. But the other guy, the Russian, was weird.
Have you watched Snowpiercer,
Yes.
the series?
Yes.
That's what he feels like to me.
Yeah.
He feels like he was in a role and he was getting basically outclassed by everyone else like,
No.
around him kind of thing. Like, he wasn't bad and he was probably directed that way. So I can't really hate him for it. I guess
Yeah.
I just didn't like the way his character was written, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it felt like fucking what's his name? Other black dude, Smith. It felt like Will Smith in After Earth, and I hated that.
He was so chill. He literally took a suicide pill, woke up, got given Tenet as the fucking instruction manual for his new life, and they were like, "See ya." And then he just knew where to go, and he was so chill
He was
about
so
it
chill.
the whole time.
That's it. He was so chill.
He's like saving
he
the
handled
world.
everything
Like,
like a robot.
Okay, it felt like he was actually born into the CIA. As in, like, he had lived that and been brought up, like, he was, like, 5, and he's chilling with his dad, who's a CIA agent.
That's probably the best way. Like,
living a Bond life
Yeah.
his entire life. So he didn't know normal life.
Yeah.
That's why he felt that way. And you don't know enough of his backstory to even know why he would be so good at being a CIA
You think
agent.
if you follow his life along the path more, they probably would have explained that. But
Well,
Yeah.
you know where his life will end with him,
meeting that other guy.
yeah, and like starting this whole process in the future. So I'm assuming when they say the future, they're not talking thousands of years or hundreds of years. They're talking like 40 or 50 years in the future, which isn't that far from now. Like, because they weren't they in the past?
They were in our current time.
No, it wasn't our current time. I don't think
Sure?
it was our current time, was it?
I thought it was like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't think it was
We never
quite-
got a year.
I'm pretty sure. By the looks of the technology they had, other than the advanced tech, it looked pretty current.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a little.
Because the cars, or
Earlier
at least
than
some of
that.
those cars they were using seemed they were modern cars. They weren't old.
Maybe it was.
The
I don't know.
GPS and the trackers and everything, and yeah.
Well, either way, even if it was current, at most it's 40 or 50 years in the future when the process starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not that far in the future, but apparently we
Yeah.
fucked everything up in 50 years.
Sweet.
But yeah, as for acting, I guess that. But then that could just be the way the character was written. So
Oh yeah, that was the whole point, is that we don't know why he is the way he is
Yeah.
at all.
well, I'm not forgiving it. Fuck.
It would have been better if you saw it like a paradox, potentially showing him having people like all through his past manipulated, like people going back. Oh no, 'cause they didn't have the machine, so it would have been really hard to travel that far in the past to do anything to affect anyone. If you can't
Well,
go
they'd-
back through a turnstile to continue going forward,
they'd
you
never
can't interact with
actually-
everyone.
They never actually say how far back they could go. Because
No, but you can go back as far as you want.
yeah, I know,
but
but
if
they
there's not a turnstile
that's
to
what I'm saying.
reverse,
They never said how far back the people in the future went to build the first turnstile, because that Russian found the
they were
information.
some of the first turnstiles,
Yeah.
I would say.
But the Russian found the information when he was a kid, essentially. So they were saying he wasn't very old when he first got the.
Yeah, but that was like he found information that they had reversed
that they had sent back.
Yeah,
So they
but that
would've-
doesn't mean that there was a turnstile to do anything with it yet.
They would have had to get there somehow.
No, like they put it in a turnstile in the future. It went backwards through time.
But it was still would have been going backwards through time until someone had put it in another turnstile to get it to stay where it was.
No, I don't think it did. Like you can still hold on to an object in reverse time. It doesn't just disappear out of your hands.
No, but it still had to stop.
because
that
it's
point
still
somehow.
following it's still in reverse
Okay, but
while you're holding it.
how do I put this? I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to explain. Because in my
Explain
head,
it in reverse.
Now, do you get my joke when I'm like, I haven't watched it in reverse yet?
No, that's all I've been seeing everywhere.
Oh, well, I
There's a bunch
haven't
of
seen
people.
any of those memes. I think it's just a natural joke to make.
Yeah. I really liked when Kat saw herself jump off the boat and then eventually realizes that it was her that jumped off the boat, and she looks back at herself on the boat and is like, oh, clever girl. Leaps into the
Clever
sea.
girl.
she's not a raptor.
You're
How
like, ah.
vicious? How vicious does it look when he gets pushed overboard, though?
Yeah. And
I'm
then
like, Jesus.
when they're just dragging him behind the boat too, it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, I guess you have to take the body, but it's still weird.
Do you?
I guess. It was a trippy movie. I think I need to watch it again.
I want to watch it a couple more times.
Yeah.
I want to watch Inception.
I haven't seen Inception.
Watch
What?
Inception halfway through, and then watch this, and then watch the rest of Inception.
I'll do it. But then watch this one backwards. So watch half of Inception, then watch
This
This
the
forward,
forwards and
end of
backwards.
that.
and then the rest of Inception.
Yeah.
And then Inception backwards.
And then take LSD.
What do you mean then?
So what's your criticals? Before my head explodes.
Critically, I have to rate this pretty high.
Yeah.
They did a lot of
ditto.
new shit.
I'm giving it a 4.
Did great action scenes.
Oh, fuck.
Like, the action scenes are great.
The movie was
Is
And
there
done.
more-
originality.
I was going to say, if anything, I only remember 3 of the action scenes. I kind of feel like I wish that was more.
How weird was the
There was
first one
more. You probably slept through most of them.
with the turntables on either side of the glass?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
it was like talking backwards. Like both of them were hearing each
Yeah.
other talk backwards. That
It was the same
fucked me.
turnstile, different accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then hearing the conversation like kind of in reverse but kind
Yeah.
of forward, and then that was trippy, man.
What other action scenes were there? So you got
You
the
said
hallway
you-
fight.
You said you missed the first one, which was the whole fight in the auditorium.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was the whole thing.
There was
was a
gunfire
thing.
and everything there.
Was it as long as the
No,
the
no.
corridor fight or any of the highway?
It wasn't as long.
What was long?
The auditorium fight, the startup scene, that was a bit of a fight scene essentially.
Yeah.
Then you had the highway, you had the corridor, the plane. There was a fight on the plane, wasn't there?
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, not
What
a
about
big
how
one.
he slept in the fucking wind turbine?
Yeah, that's
for a
still
week?
that bit confused me.
Who's there for a week?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to work out why.
Oh, because you got to cover your tracks. You leave someone there and no one knows that they're there. And then you can send someone out later to pick them up.
It was a lot.
Guy's got a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
Shipping container, the wind turbine, the ship.
Does that mean if you've got a phone and you're playing a game on your phone and then you go back in time, does your phone lose your progress?
Not if your phone goes with you.
If
through
it was local and it went with you,
Good, good.
you wouldn't be able to play it in reverse though. Not if like you pick it off of yourself. That's going the right direction. You try to play it. It's
You'd
not
have
gonna
to-
work
It's
right.
really
You'd have to learn
inconvenient.
to use your phone backwards.
Yeah.
Just turned upside down.
That's not how it
You'd
works.
see the end. You'd spoil everything first.
Oh, yeah, true.
Gotta watch a movie. You watch Tenet, you're like,
Now I understand.
makes sense.
So what's
But-
critical?
I'm giving it 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
It's fucking good.
There's very few things. I'd do 4.75 if I could. Honest to God, I would.
We know.
Just shy of perfect.
Yeah,
critically for me.
I'm almost wondering what I'm taking the 0.5 off for. It doesn't feel perfect. There were some
But that's
things
the thing.
that were kind
like,
of
you don't feel like it's perfect, so you can't give it a 5.
Yeah.
So 4.5 is
Yeah,
the closest
yeah.
thing you can do. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would I would be at 4.75 because I don't feel it's perfect,
But it's so
but
close.
I can't really put my finger on what it is that would take off a 0.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great action, great story, originality.
Yeah.
I liked all the actors. The main character was even okay to me, but you don't understand why he is as good, or not so much good at what he does, that his mindset is so focused on doing what his goal is. Like, he's almost inhuman.
Remember when he grated that guy's face, though? With the cheese
Oh,
grater?
my God.
Actually, wait, that one. Fuck, forgot about that.
But
one.
not just his face, like, the guy's punching is like,
I
and like
know.
blocks punches and shit by grating his knuckles off.
It makes me feel tingly.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You wouldn't punch that guy again. Why did he
You'd
come
never
back?
punch anyone again. You'd be a changed man. You become great.
For fuck's sake.
Just give me your critical, get it over with.
I gave you mine.
I'm waiting for Kane. And we gotta listen to her.
It's true, you do have to listen to me.
I don't know. So that's the thing is, I don't feel like it. I feel 4. I can't see 4.5
Why?
Oh,
What are you losing points for?
because I guess I don't feel like the acting was that good.
Oh, yeah, true.
Everyone
you said
else's
that.
or
This-
just his?
No, like his was definitely the worst, but everyone else I don't think was too fantastic either.
Interesting.
For
Very
a-
weird world to be in.
Yeah, it is. But like for a $200 million movie, and you have to get this is a hard concept. You need to get your point across, and I don't like a lot of it felt
I feel like they did.
flat, almost boring. A lot of them.
No, like that's the dryness that I was trying to explain with like the Bond movies.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
Is that it's very serious and they're not emotional. That's the dryness that you're feeling. Is that no one was overly emotional besides the girl,
It's weird though, but I've also watched the
lady,
Bond
woman,
movies,
whatever you
and
wanna
I
say.
feel like straight away you can understand a character from a 5-minute scene with them. But everyone in this movie was literally almost the same character. The weapons dealer was the same as the main guy.
The
They're like,
weapons dealer, the lady.
yeah, like she straight away. They're all just like
They're all very serious.
they're
like
all robotic
politicians.
aliens, and they just
Ah.
like.
But they're all in on a secret, basically. You
So
know?
like what? They're like fucking.
There's a code.
You
They're
gotta
like
remember,
Tommy Lee Jones from Men in Black. They're
these
like
people-
holding the secret and
Yes.
staying.
Yeah.
No, yes, it's like Tommy Lee Jones from Men in Black. They're all like
They're adhering
know
to a secret code.
what the fuck's going on. It's very somber because the future's trying to kill them.
Just let the
Like-
future kill them already. Fuck's sake.
It's a very bleak situation to be in, but they're all professional enough not to be totally overcome with emotion. And like, if you wanted to see them more emotional, it would have been a different movie for sure. But they wouldn't have been able to perform the actions that they did had they been emotional.
I think you can keep a secret and still have a somewhat of a character. Other than
I think the idea is that these secret agents don't really exhibit a lot of emotion, and they do what they have to do.
it's like watching a movie of just robots, and
I like
if that's-
robots.
if that's great to people, then sure.
Robots to you is basically just no emotions, right?
They had nothing basically.
But did you like the girl? She was emotional
Kat
because
was
she
the only
wasn't
one.
a secret agent.
Yeah, she was the only one that had any form of emotions.
And there was
She also had reason.
the
as well.
relationship between the main character and his friend. Did you not feel like there was a slightly different feeling between their interactions?
I
From the
felt
whole
like-
get-go, they seemed so much chummier than I felt I felt like the main character shouldn't trust him as much.
He trusted him very, very easily.
But
He
he
trusted
did,
a lot
he
of
did
things
trust him
easily.
easily, but I think it's because he knew him, or he knew the main character. So, like, I think that was trying to portray that there was inherently already trust from one side, so it makes it easier for you to believe them to a degree.
No,
It's
no,
hard
I know.
when you're receiving trust from someone. You inherently feel easier around that person. If you feel like that person is guarded and withdrawn and doesn't trust you, then you're going to not trust them as much. I feel like their relationship seemed more realistic because of the history that you now know they had, in a way. I don't know.
Was that
I feel
one-sided though? Wouldn't it have been?
But that's what I was trying to say,
Yeah.
is that he could, he must have picked up on something. Like, you don't just trust someone blindly. And in the beginning, he didn't really. It was just more of a professional relationship from the main character's side. But the other guy always trusted him. He always trusted his friend because he'd been friends with him for a long time. And that seemed weird in the beginning because you're like, is he tricking him? Is he like, does he know something else, or is he actually a bad guy? But it's not the case. It's that he knows him. That's why he's the way he is. No one else trusted anyone.
I guess if that's the direction the director was going, which he probably was, then I guess it can't really take away critical points.
Well, you can. If you didn't enjoy the portrayal of these characters and it didn't feel believable to you, that's your call. But I felt like the people that should be emotional were, and the professionals...
The person that should be emotional.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
Well,
there's...
she was the only other main character. The Russian, he was a good level of emotional and
No, I feel like he
professional, like, because
Yeah.
he's, I don't know, like he's a gun runner and stuff like that, and arms dealer, and just general illegal.
He had anger. That was emotions.
It's general illegal.
Generally, I had another word, but you like jumped in straight away as soon as
Immigrant.
I said that. Not immigrant. No,
It's just one of those
no, I don't even know what I was going to
general
say.
It's because you hesitated for a couple of seconds.
Because
and
I
I'm
was
like, that's
choosing
the
my
end.
word.
I don't know, even with the what is it? The weapons dealer, the woman, and like, you know, the guy's got a gun to her husband's head. And she's like, yeah, just chill.
She probably knew that they weren't going to die there.
Where was this?
After the bungee scene, when he goes up to get to her, well, he thinks it's him at first, but she's actually the gun dealer, or weapons dealer.
She's a weapons dealer. She's going to be fucking hard as nails.
It's still her husband.
Yeah,
She
and
might not even like him.
No,
it's
but
Don't call
right.
her husband then. Just say he's a plaything.
Maybe she doesn't like to play with him.
I would assume she felt from the get-go that there was actually nothing was going to happen. There was no harm that was going to come to him. If you feel so confident about the situation, why would you
Yeah,
overreact?
like she knows that she's got the information that he needs and that
Yeah.
she's got the upper hand and he needs her.
Yeah.
So she's like, what's he going to do?
Plus the cops are coming and
Yeah.
he has to escape any moment. He has nothing to gain from killing the guy. He came there for information.
No, it's fine. I still just feel like everyone's robots.
So 4.
I guess I have to go 4.5.
No.
No.
No, if you feel like it was
genuinely disagree, like if you feel like the
Well,
characters
actually, wait.
weren't
If I
believable,
was, see, I guess it's all personal preference in the end.
yeah, but it's also personal critical too.
Yeah, like
But like I was gonna say, I think most of the characters in this movie are boring.
Okay.
Like, and I don't think they're realistic. But
you don't relate to them in any way.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they call them characters.
Like
they have
you
no
don't
character.
You
like,
don't believe their reactions to events.
Yeah,
so
like,
you
they
don't
don't-
relate to them in any way. Like, and I know I'm not trying to say that you can relate to everyone, but even the chick, which you've never been in her situation, you're not even the same gender as her, like, or the same race, but
The same
you
race.
probably relate to her more than any of the other characters because she emotionally reacted to situations. I get what you're saying, but I feel like I would expect these secret agents to be this way. If you feel like it would have benefited from a few moments of weakness, if you will,
or even a
where
2.5
you
hour movie, and I can see why they're that way, would help.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
'Cause
you can
that's-
see, like why
That's
he
not
is.
good storytelling. Then, if you've got these characters that act a certain way, but you don't know why, so you have to fill in the gaps. That's bad storytelling.
Oh, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You don't have to have every single character in a movie explain their backstory. Like if you meet a
You
character,
can have a
no,
throwaway line
if
for
you
anyone.
see a fucking side character and they're grumpy, It's like, oh man, why are they grumpy? Let me see their childhood where their dad used to beat them while he drank. Like,
What
it
about
doesn't
like
matter.
a private investigator in a movie? It's like hard boiled as fuck, and it's just like stern and like he's always just strict, never shows emotion kind of thing, and it's just flat the whole time kind of thing. Like, are you asking to see his backstory to understand why he is like he is?
No, but I
Did
do
his
feel
kids
like
die in a
I'm just
house
saying. I feel
fire?
like you
Did
would
his
pull
wife
apart any other
die
movie
early? Like,
with if they had something similar. Like they can't be that way. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I think that I expect these people, and all right, maybe the gun runners, like in that tower where they bungee jump off, that lady, I can't remember her name, but she does have a pretty crazy secret she's keeping and is privy to information that changes the world. Maybe she should have showed a little more urgency when it came to rescuing her husband.
But she showed
But
emotion when he catches her in the car about to kill Kat.
Yeah.
And when he comes up behind her when she's walking and she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like trying to, I think she hadn't met Kat yet, but she was going to or something. And he was trying to change the past to change the future, basically.
Oh
You
no,
know?
she didn't. He'd already
He'd met
promised
her,
that
but she
would
hadn't met
protect-
him.
Yeah, she had
Yeah.
already promised that she would protect. What's that lady's
Cat.
But had lied,
Yeah.
and yeah, he was pissed.
Look, I'll be honest. I was very tired. You make a good case. 4.5.
No.
No.
You're literally trying to
4.25.
convince.
No, I was just explaining why I feel it's 4.5 and
Yeah.
why I'm not taking so much off for their acting. And maybe just trying to explain that dryness that you were feeling and didn't like, potentially why it was that way in the first place.
He's just projecting his souls finally.
But and that's why I was saying, if you feel like it could have benefited from a moment of weakness, he potentially had
But it's not
something.
even weakness. Like I said, I've watched many movies where no character is explained or they're really dry, and you just kind of have to fill in the gaps from what you see from each scene. And when I think about this movie, I feel like there was...
I think they would have. They probably made a lot of cuts to get it to 2.5.
That's what I mean. When I keep thinking about this movie, I keep thinking about like, wait, all right, so there was like, we'll figure out like 4 action scenes, a lot of jumping around,
Let's wait for the director's cut.
conversations that
5
were
hour
like,
movie.
you got conversations between people. There's 2 robots talking to each other because everyone's got a secret, and it's like, well, I don't know. I guess I got to enjoy that. You know what I mean? But
You're
then
so dramatic.
I can like watch another movie with like almost literally the same thing.
We've had the same argument before where you're like, their characters don't have their backstory explained. They're not realistic. And I'm like, to me, they're completely realistic. And you're just like, nah.
2.5 hours.
Robot people.
2.5 hours.
You weren't even awake.
Show a fucking picture. I don't care.
Show a picture? What do you mean?
Show a reverse picture. I don't care.
Of what?
Fucking behind the picture, the frame,
Of what?
anything.
What do you want?
I'm assuming your personal's
I
going to be
don't
quite
think he
low.
knows exactly what he wants. It just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Like you can't really suggest something that would definitely improve the movie.
You're like, I don't know how to fix it because I don't
but
know what was
It
wrong.
doesn't feel like they were real enough.
Yeah, like I'm in the same boat with Martin. I don't like the hallway thing, like
Yeah, I
the
like
corridor
that fight
thing.
scene.
To me, it's clunky.
Yeah, it
Of
doesn't
course
seem
it would
right.
be.
But it was done really well.
Yeah, and
I
it
just
makes
don't like
sense.
it.
How
You know
many of the
why
conversations do
it's-
you remember?
What do you mean?
I'm just wondering, how many of the conversations in the movie do you remember?
I don't know, a fair chunk, I suppose.
I barely remember any of the movie.
It's been 2 weeks.
I basically only remember things as you say it, and then it like brings back flashbacks.
I was just wondering, like, if you were to try and look at the movie from like start to finish,
Yeah.
and obviously the certain scenes stand out.
Yeah.
Is there any of the conversation or those scenes that you're like, this was so important, this was engaging, this makes me like this
Well,
part?
no, okay. When he meets Robert Pattinson and he knows his drink order and then says, I've done my research, and then he tries to lie about his drink preference and he goes, nah. Like, that is a little hint and a nod at the fact that they're best buddies at the end, at the start, you know? Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so there's little things. And then, like, I guess even like talking to that arms dealer woman, like that's all kind of important because for some reason, I guess because she's a woman, you almost think that she's going to be trustworthy and have sympathy for Kat, and she doesn't, and she's evil. But she's not really evil. She's just trying to make money. I don't know. And then who else have you got?
She's just doing what she was told by him originally.
Yeah. And you've got the girl who originally shows him the backwards guns and bullets and stuff.
Yeah, that's a cool scene.
Yeah.
It's like Wanted or something there.
You know,
Also,
when
is there only 6 characters in this movie?
Nah, there's heaps of people. There's him getting tortured and having his teeth pulled out at the start.
That was messed up.
Yeah.
They had to fucking.
Oh, the
build
rape
his
guy from
mouth.
Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah. Our favourite actor. Now there's a character you can believe. You don't believe him as a torturer, but you do believe him as a rapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this movie personally 4.
4?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm going to drag this out a little more because Martin's getting annoyed.
I'm not getting annoyed. I'm just like,
By the time he gets home, the baby will be born. It'll be walking and watching its first horror movie.
He'll be
Watching Tenet. Then you have to have the talk. Explain Tenet to it.
Oh my god, call him the protagonist.
no.
Protag for short.
Can be a little pro tag.
Or just tag.
Tag.
Oh,
Tag it.
tag.
Ew.
You little taggot.
Wow.
I shouldn't be able to name things.
No, you shouldn't.
Protag.
It's like skin tag. Look, this
Look,
is not the time.
I would not feel. I would not feel like you're being unreasonable to give it a 4. 4 is still good. If
It's
you
great.
Yeah, like if you feel like 4 is a
4 out of 5,
reasonable
not
number.
bad. It feels like the only time it makes sense.
I don't want you to give it
But-
4.5 because you're feeling pressured. I just
Well,
feel
no,
that
because
it's
I do
worth
want to take in
4.5.
everyone else's, convince me otherwise. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I always like
We
to make my
definitely
score
think
that.
you're wrong.
I but I agree a little.
I was looking through all
That
of the
is-
scores, and there's a line that's like 878-2. And it's the most point differential of any other score.
And what is it?
Monty Python. And I don't want to be like that.
You are that. You are that.
I have no big point differentials.
You're doing it.
I'm not. I'm cutting off 0.5 from what you gave it.
Yeah, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
I'm calling
We're
it
talking
great.
about-
You're calling it amazing.
We're talking about personal scores now. We've moved the fuck on.
I'll move the fuck on from you.
No, he hasn't
Yeah,
given his
okay.
actual critical
He's-
officially.
He said 4.5 3 times. It's close enough.
It's locked in now.
Yeah.
So
I
you,
could go 4.25.
Oh,
I know,
Oh my god.
and I would be at 4.75. I guarantee we'd still have that 0.5.
You'd have the
differential.
exact same score. It wouldn't fucking matter. Okay.
All right, 4.
For your personal,
No, for critical.
critical.
Martin just deletes the Coliseum.
You made a good case, but 0.5, that's fine.
This relationship is fine.
We really need the 0.25s.
No,
It
we
lets you
don't.
lock things in perfectly. 0.5 is a huge jump.
Just do a 100-point scale.
So the Coliseum list is now on Google Drive.
No,
for
50.
Oh
anyone to look
yeah,
at.
I saw
points.
something about that.
For critical,
Yeah, 50 for critical, 50 for thing.
Go in and slowly change everyone's scores.
No,
We go
I'm the
10
only one
for
that's
each
got
and then divide it by itself.
access to
Yeah.
change, but anyone can comment.
Okay. It's gonna be a lot of annoying commentary in there.
So what's everyone's personal?
Mine's 4.
I would recommend it to people. I do want to watch it again, but it's not like, oh my god, new favorite movie. It's just like, yeah, that was an experience. I'm glad I didn't see it in the cinema.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I reckon it would have been better in
You're
the cinema.
glad you
Probably
didn't.
would have been better
Why?
in cinema.
I just
Because overall, like I was saying, the
could have
action,
been in a recliner.
like I'm in a
Eating
recliner right now.
popcorn.
Like the concept is really cool and the action was really cool, but like I said, it's not that enjoyable to watch a lot of the characters. So if I went to the cinema and watched this, I would have been enjoying the surround sound and the big budget production, which always gets me. You put budget into something, you're always going to hit a certain
They did.
Like,
Budget's in there, babe.
I know the budget's in there. It's one of the highest budgets. That's why it's so hard to look at the movie and be like, wow, there's all this budget and all this cool stuff, but the characters are just very boring to me.
Okay.
And it's like, I know it makes sense, but that doesn't save it from the fact that you could probably still make sense with more interesting characters.
All right. Well, someone knows better
But
than Christopher
having
Nolan.
said
I
that,
do not.
I think that is his style because if you remember Inception, it's
do not.
similar feelings. Like the story is intriguing, the visuals are great, the action's decent, but the people aren't exactly memorable. The characters aren't memorable. From Inception, who are the most memorable characters?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
But why? If it wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio,
I saw him on the cover.
like
Kind of,
any of the character relationships are like
isn't that
so unmemorable.
Ellen Page. Oh, sorry, Elliot Page.
Yeah,
now?
that's
Yeah.
he, she, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
There's
that's what I was going to
isn't
say.
it like an all-star cast?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how memorable are the characters, not the people, not the actors?
That's the thing, is I've only watched it once, but I don't remember much.
Yeah, but
I've seen it
if
once.
you watch The Matrix, the characters are all very like memorable characters.
No,
Matrix
not
is a
really.
perfect example of people that have fucking nearly no emotion, and I still feel
No,
like
it isn't. They're still unique people.
That's what I mean. They have basically no emotion in it, but they're so unique.
and they still put you to sleep constantly.
How?
It's a very boring movie.
It's literally like one of the top pinnacles of sci-fi.
Give me one of your knives right now. I need to disembowel this fuck.
All right, going through the bottom of the foot.
So what does people put personals here?
My personal opinion is you're a dick.
Yeah, I've known this for years, but hey,
What is it? I sentenced you to kiss my ass.
Yeah, I said it's you to kiss my ass.
I'm leaning towards like either 3 or 3.5.
I'm a solid 4.25.
Because like I'd recommend
giving Aaron a
people.
4.
That's what it's just an experience.
Yeah.
It's got such an amazing, like everything about it is like amazing, just not is very much enjoyable.
It just wasn't your thing, I guess.
But I love so much about it.
Wasn't your thing? Watch it when you're awake.
Yeah, I will.
Well, do it.
Make it my bedtime movie.
Oh, great. Takes you 6 months to finish it. I'm torn on personal. I'm leaning towards like a 3, 3.5. But I can't pinpoint why. It's
Well, you
just-
said you'd recommend it and you want to watch it again.
Yeah.
But do you want to watch it again because you enjoyed it that much or more because you just feel like you need to see it one more time?
A little bit both. It's kind of like I'd like to watch it again with the information I now have to, I guess, get more information. And also because I think it would be fun. But if I never watch it again, I don't think I'll care. Yeah, I'm going to...
There's very few movies that I'm like, I can't wait to watch that again.
I'll go 3.5.
Even if I really enjoyed it. Because I feel like I'm wasting my time rewatching a movie. But then I'll rewatch a series that I've already watched before. But having said that, there's a difference between me sitting down and paying attention to the movie only.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do with all these movies. Like, I usually actually sit down and watch it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing. As opposed to when we put TV, like, series on and
In
stuff.
like the background because you
It's-
don't need all of the information from each episode.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I'm
Yes, you
often
do.
doing shit on my phone, but I wasn't doing that while I was watching Tenet.
So,
Oh, I played my game a little bit, but
so what's your personal score?
4.
4. It is 4. Game.
What's 6? 6 is like okay.
Total. Because you can't give the 6.
No, no, that's true.
6 is not good. It's like, that was better than average, but it's not good. It's between average
yeah,
and
yeah.
good. You're like, that
So
was a
you're
thing.
saying good is 7.5?
No, 7.
7 is good.
Average is 5. Good is 7.5. Like,
No,
perfect is 10. It's a very
Masterpiece.
great scale there. So bad is 2.5?
Bad's
Not
just
2.5. Just so you got masterpieces 10, amazing 9, great 8, good 7. I think 6 is okay. 5 is average, and then it's just like it gets worse there.
Yeah, that's how a scale works, Kane.
You kept saying 2.5. No one cares about the 0.5.
That's how scales work.
No one cares about the 0.5. Not my one, anyway. Or anyone else's, for that matter of fact.
I don't have so many increments, I suppose. It's just average is 5, good 7.5, masterpiece is 10.
So your average is 5 to 6.5, 7.5. Well, no, 5 to 7.
Yeah, but there's still it's still a scale in between there.
You just said you didn't have it. Your scale was like bigger.
Yeah, you place it somewhere in between there based on your feelings of how good or how close it is to a masterpiece or how close it is to average. You move
Yeah.
it closer and
So you don't have a word dedicated to it, though. It's
Oh,
just-
what, you're going to give your word to every single number? You're like, 5 is this,
Yes.
6 is this,
Yes.
6.5 is this,
No,
7
not
is this,
0.5.
7.253
Not
is this.
0.5, that means it's a good and a half.
It's a good and a half. It's a good and 3/4.
What? No one else here has a scale?
What?
No,
I've already told you this.
Mine ran out of batteries.
Fuck's sake. What's yours?
Same as what you said. I don't like. I can understand the 0.5 thing, but when I talk about the scale generally, I don't include the 0.5s. If I was like really getting down to something and getting really into the scoring, I might do 0.5.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good or if it's great.
Is it good or goodish?
It's good 0.5.
It's gooder.
It's gooder than good, but it's not as good as great, you know. And then you're greater.
You're a bunch
Yeah.
of wankers.
Great or greater. Amazinger.
It's probably not
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
that. Sounded like pizza, and now
I
we're
know,
pizza.
that's just-
Master pizza. It's time to go.
It is definitely time to go. What's the score?
I don't know. I'm still waiting for your personal.
What's everyone else's?
Can you fucking
Oh
hurry
my
up?
God.
I did 4.
Literally, you went on some tangent about scales, you and Aaron. We just need a score.
3.
We're trying to understand why people are choosing the numbers they're choosing. People need to understand why we're choosing the numbers we're choosing. It's the most important part.
They're
It's probably
just
the
here
only
for
part they
the-
even care about.
They're here for the arguing.
Actually,
Our opinions mean
3.5.
nothing. Oh my god.
3.75 to...
Because I was thinking, I'm like, it's not an okay movie. It's a good movie.
Okay, so
But is it the okayest
Oh my
movie?
god, be quiet.
3.825.
so
The okayerest.
so
I want to hear your bad art below 5. I got more. I'm waiting for you to talk.
yes, Rachel.
Good one.
Got
Jabs
him.
at the wife when she's not here to defend herself.
And
No. I applaud you for it. It's the only way you can get away with it. Come on!
no,
What is happening?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're just
Don't
kind
worry.
of staring at each other.
I'm feeling an energy.
old people situation.
Oh. We'll understand when we're older.
It's an 8. Okay,
Just 8.
it's just 8.
Just 8.
Just 8.
So it's
Is
between
that top 10?
No.
yes. So it's between this, Poltergeist, and Bride of Chucky.
It's above both of them.
Yeah, it's definitely above
It's
those.
below Bride of Chucky.
Fuck off!
I would gladly watch Poltergeist and Bride of Chucky before watching this again.
You're the only one. Although, I would probably watch this once more and then probably prefer to watch one of those. But I can't argue that they're better movies.
That's comedies. Of course you're going to rewatch a comedy because
Poltergeist
you don't
is
have to pay
hilarious.
attention. You don't have to pay attention. You just listen to it in the background and laugh sometimes. That's
This
rewatchability.
This movie is an action.
You don't sit there, you fast forward through the action scenes.
I'd like the action scenes. That's the only part that's good.
I'd like if movies had the option to give you just the action.
It's called YouTube.
And by that I mean if it's actual action, yes, or if it's humor and just cut to the comedy.
Oh, actually, Unleashed does that in the DVD.
Really?
It goes. You can click it, and it's just the action scenes.
That's wicked.
Also, that
Should have
movie.
that
That
more.
movie is like an hour and a half, and it had fucking 17 action scenes. So
Yeah, because it's literally about fighting.
this movie was about stuff.
Yeah, you were asleep in the shower.
Was this movie not about fighting? The greater good?
This movie was about time travel.
This movie was about global warming.
The slowest
kids.
time travel ever. Yeah, how long it took to get back?
This movie was about Kat being told not to kill the guy until she got the signal and then doing it anyway. That's what it's
Actually,
fucking about.
they don't explain. I just found a hole. They say that he
Fill
knew
it.
him.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. I can't remember what I was thinking now.
No. It's something to do with Kat shooting the guy. Come on.
What? That's really confused me.
Oh. I said that Kat wasn't supposed to kill her husband, but then she kills him before
Nothing
she gets
related
the
to
signal.
that.
But that's
Oh,
when he...
the relationship between
Oh,
the main
yeah.
character and his friend.
Yeah, Neil and protagonist.
You can only go back in time at the same speed as normal time. It's not accelerated in any way.
Mm-hmm.
How did he get back and still be this age? When does he become friends with the main character? Can't be that far in the future.
Are you reversing your age as well when you do it?
I don't know, actually.
Because wasn't it you're in reverse or something like that? So
Yeah,
then
maybe you
technically,
age backwards. They didn't actually touch on that, but it
No.
would have made much more sense if they said,
if
if
they
they
like
explained that.
don't go too far or some shit, anything.
How was she healing then?
Oh
Oh no, because she got shot in reverse. She got shot in the
and they
reverse
had
time.
to reverse everything
Yeah.
allow her to be able to heal. And they were in there for like a week. So
They should have shot through the wound. It wouldn't fine then.
Undo
just
the
use an
damage
apple
with a new
corer
bullet.
to take out the
The reverse
affected
damage.
reversed area.
Oh, where'd you put that?
Oh, I haven't yet.
It's second.
I just worked out with this program. I can't do what I usually do on my laptop, so I have to
okay.
wait till I get my laptop to actually put it in the place properly.
Uh,
I can do all the scores like I normally would, but actually editing the Colosseum
Scores.
part is a lot harder than what I thought it was going to be.
well then. What number is it in the list?
So it's in the top 10.
Yeah, so it's
So-
above.
Oh, it's so Poltergeist is at 8 and
Pol-
Bride of Chucky is at 9 right now.
So it will go to 7? No, 8. It'll go to 7 and push them down.
Well, no,
But we
It's
all
not
voted
getting
above.
he didn't.
Did you vote above?
I would say this is probably above Bride of Chucky, but maybe not Poltergeist. To me, I still reckon Poltergeist would be better than this.
If I'm being realistic, yes. But I'm not.
Wait, Poltergeist was the original one that we watched the other day.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Poltergeist was a surprisingly well put together
Yeah, actually, for its time.
Yeah,
Definitely
it was well
for
put
its time.
together.
Alright, fuck it. Under Poltergeist, above Bride of Chucky.
It's not even a question. You didn't even have to say it's above Bride of Chucky.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
Bride of Chucky.
can't believe Bride of Chucky is so
Bride of
high.
I know,
Chucky.
because you're wankers
Is a fucking
and love
masterpiece.
horror comedies.
Wait, why is it so high? Did I like it?
You loved it.
You loved it so much you cunts rate horror comedies
You
way
put
too
Bride
high.
you gave Bride of Chucky an 8.
I need to listen to that back.
What am I on the Colosseum? What did I score Colosseum for fucking Bride of Chucky? Like, I know I enjoyed it, but it's not fucking top 10 material.
You gave a 7.
There you go.
Well, that's
1
good.
point difference.
What is it?
What?
What is it, though?
What is what?
Is it 8?
Bride of Chucky is 9.
I gave it a 7.
Mhm.
That's 2 below what the average was.
No. We all gave it an 8. You gave it a 7.
Then how is it 9? Oh, it's
On the
9th.
chart. Yeah, it's 9.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still a fair chunk different. Where would, if it was all 7s, where would it be on the list?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Don't.
Fuck off, you weirdo.
Okay, something's changed here.
Fuck off, you weirdo. Why? I made you
All right,
something.
well, if we all gave it 7s, then it'd be a perfect 7, and that would have put it down with Green Street and Last Airbender
Yeah.
at 25 and 26.
Where it should have been.
8.5, 7 point... Someone just get the
That's what I'm
calculator out.
saying. Like, that's a big difference, Kane.
Alright, what am I calculating?
So
Wait, where's my calculator?
I've got two different things
You're
that
gonna
do the
fight for
calculations
that?
for
He
me.
gave Monty Python a 2, all right? That 2...
I know.
Actually,
Put it
I
down.
will talk about that in a sec. I just want to make this calculation right. So, one of them is our total scores is 8.5,
Mm-hmm.
7.5, 8, and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What should that?
8.5.
So just divide it by...
What'd you say again?
8.5,
Yeah.
7.5, 8, and
Yeah,
8.
it's 8.
It's 8.
Yeah, it's 8.
All right. So something's gone wrong in my other calculation set up here
Oh.
because it goes here. It's like 8.5, 7.5, 8, and 8, which puts it at 8.25 when it calculates it there, which is really weird.
Hmm.
That's that's meant to be the average.
8.5, 8.5, 7.5. No, what?
No, 8.5, 7.5, 88.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, it's 8.
That's 8, yeah. And what the fuck is this done?
Maybe it rounds up to the nearest 0.25.
Because
It's Aaron.
Because this is nothing I can fuck up. It's literally just you go average, then you put in the cell numbers. Like
Oh, so some of them may have been doing this in the past.
no, because I always check it,
Oh, okay.
but because this is the first time I'm doing it through this
Yeah.
this app. This is the Google Drive app. It's not Excel itself.
I say we end this baby and do this off the air.
What's
Yeah, no.
our next theme?
The next theme is
I'll update the
Martin's
Google thing.
favorite movies.
Martin's
If you
favorite
had-
movies.
No, if you had to choose, Martin's got to choose. But if you had a favorite movie, what is it?
We did that in the beginning, I think.
Did we? What was it?
It was like Matrix, Mad Max,
Terminator 2 was mine. I think you had... I think Martin picked Fifth Element or something. And
I picked Fifth Element,
Oh.
so
I can't remember.
What
I
are these
picked.
top ones? I think where we originally started, which was favorite movies. I'm pretty sure. Or like you, what would be one of your favorite movies?
We should do Fifth Element again.
yeah, I agree. It deserves to go back
We
to the
should
top.
redo all the movies again.
That would be funny. Imagine not looking at the score, re-scoring them,
And then listening to the
and
podcast.
seeing how different it is.
Yeah.
We should do that with one movie one day.
It'd be embarrassing if we're completely different.
I know. We're like, this is disgusting.
I like the idea of either a movie you've seen once and that in your mind you liked it or, and you want to see it again, or
Yeah.
something you've wanted to watch but
Yeah,
never got
that's
around
what we
to
were talking
watching.
about last time. Something where it's like, oh, damn, I should watch that at some point, and you just never watched it. So for me, I've got stuff like Inception.
So for Kane, there's nothing.
Oh, no, there's stuff he hasn't
So-
seen. Like all the romance movies I've been trying to get him to watch.
Yeah, but it has to be something he wanted to watch.
He wants
but
to.
didn't.
He's playing hard to get.
What have you wanted to watch but never watched?
I'd have to look through lists
Yeah.
because I would have forgotten
List
about
of
them by now.
all the movies.
No, but like
ever.
top movies for this year.
Yeah, I'll just look at movies of the
Citizen
year.
Kane.
Watched Citizen Kane.
You've watched it.
Oh no, we watched.
Got it. Sorry,
Wait,
Fix
Casablanca.
we watched Casablanca.
I was
Nice.
putting the wrong
See?
symbol in.
Scientist.
Scientist.
Maths whiz.
So yeah, with the whole Monty Python thing though, after watching a few other movies and listening to Ready Player One, I might not like the movie still. I think the movie was really badly made, but there are a lot more scenes now I can actually go, hey, I actually don't mind that now,
Yeah.
and my personal score will actually
Be higher.
be
but
higher
if
now.
we had redone it,
Yeah,
it would be higher now.
see, because I went into
Ready
it.
Player One. Did you listen to the book?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
They-
there's a lot more.
That last bit
Yeah.
made the whole movie just because he had to
Yeah.
do the whole movie.
Reenact. Yeah.
Reenact the movie essentially, and the way they wrote it, and had him doing it
Made it more enjoyable.
with the people in the background talking to him, made the whole movie to me. Like now, when I think of the movie, all I can think of is that him doing it,
Yeah, yeah.
which to me makes it more fun.
Yeah.
Where the movie itself to me is just crap. Still.
I thought in the. This is like we're still on the air. We got.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
90s Avengers.
Kane,
and
you
you haven't
should-
picked a theme or a
Kane
movie.
wants to watch Up because he never saw Up.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't
Can
care
we do
for that
child
movie.
movies then?
I think we did that at one
Land
point.
Before
No,
Time.
like literally G-rated children movies.
Land
We
Before
haven't
Time.
done that yet.
Fuck.
I do want to watch The Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Look, pick what you want. I'll do anything.
Never
know you
Ending
will.
Story. Land Before Time.
I've never seen Neverending Story.
Never-ending
Wow.
story is
Doesn't
great.
end.
The Dark
It's like this
Crystal.
podcast.
And Goonies.
I've never seen Goonies.
God,
Little
I
Rascals.
Like,
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Or like any of the Adam Sandler movies.
Oh no.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what my pick is now
No.
that I've heard the anger in your voice.
No.
It's just all
I'm
Adam
sick.
Sandler.
Baby was born. I can't do podcasts for a couple of months.
We'll come to you.
Sure
so
you
what
will.
is,
13,
what is the
30,
theme and who's
32?
picking?
Kids movies.
Yeah, let's do
No, family.
yeah, family movies then.
So G.
So movies that you could watch with a child in the room.
Oh
Ah,
no!
so
That'd be
it-
politically incorrect now.
Spit on your grave.
Yeah, that's probably not it.
You said they were facing the TV.
They're 5 and they're watching it with you.
No, you said in the
I watched Terminator with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched.
Like, they like have like existential angst. They're like, we're all gonna die.
We watched
What's
tons
the
of
point of anything?
R-rated movies.
Yeah, I know.
when we were
You
kids.
guys had a fucked up childhood. Now you all have PTSD.
I'm pretty sure one of the first movies I went to the cinema for was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, it was Rocketeer.
So you mean just family-friendly movies?
Let's just go like, you know, like The Land Before Time or The Lion King or
It's a cartoon.
Not
some
Disney ones.
fun movie. What, we're making a rule, no Disney, no classic
Because
Disney.
otherwise, it's just gonna be like
Disney
fucking
Fest.
tens.
Yeah.
Nah.
Gonna be tens. I bet that we would have a debate about Aladdin. Aladdin's not in my top 5, and
That's
you
'cause you're an
guys
idiot.
would suck Disney's dick over Aladdin. So
I wouldn't. I hate that movie.
Disney's
yeah, Disney.
over Aladdin.
Yeah, over Aladdin's dick.
Aladdin's dick or Disney's dick?
Everyone's dicks on the magic carpet. You're just there sucking
So,
dick.
so, what's going on? Whose movie is it?
Balls deep, or get the fuck out.
Of my lamp.
That's it. Pick.
Who's picking?
Martin's picking because he's aggressive today and needs to be punished.
You want a G-rate movie from me, which is family friendly,
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
and
Oh yeah.
Indian in the cupboard.
No.
Wait. So a movie, a family movie that I would have seen as a kid,
That you also liked.
that I also liked. All right, fine. The Garbage Pail Kids.
Done.
No.